y'all are fucking pathetic, and y'all get no bitches, and y'all have nothing but time on your hands to comment nonsense, and y'all are not funny. She hates your guts.
Real thorough.
She genuinely, she hates your guts.
Like, you are a walking lick to her.
I love this man so much, and he makes me feel so good, and it's so wholesome. And then Twitter was just like, yeah. They are nowhere near the level of attractive that I require for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Steve Harvey
was always a bald man.
That was a hairpiece?
Hairpiece the entire time on the Steve Harvey show.
Spewing nonsense constantly, and then you dumb niggas are spewing nonsense. Like, girls like this are spewing this type of nonsense, and then niggas are like, what do you bring to the table, this and that? Oh, I don't want a girl that this and that. But you're like, y'all are not checking for each other. This podcast is sponsored by Graffiti Tax Services. For all your tax preparation needs, you can go to graffititax.com. We're going to put the link right here. It should be somewhere. And yeah, you can head to them for during tax season. And if you have any financial or tax preparation questions, head to Graffiti Tax Services. They're our new sponsor. Thank you to Graffiti Tax Preparation Services. That's it.
All right, Miss Fair, we here.
What's going on?
All right, you good? You good?
I am wonderful.
So you got something prepared for the people?
I do. I did a little something.
All right, show them what you did,
I tried to
girl.
do a thing.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I put quality in what I do. I spend time and I spend energy and I spend effort and I spend everything I have, every fiber of my being to give people quality. So if I turn up to a photo shoot and you got a $50 clothes budget and some sliced pickles on the mother floor, you want to know what? No, I am going to leave.
Yeah.
Is that wrong for wanting more for myself, wanting people to treat me with respect? But you know what? Next time they know better.
All right, I like it.
How'd you like that?
That was dope.
You see what I did there?
Thoroughly impressed. You did your thing there. All right, so now you're now listening to Talk FNF TV. I'm your host, Rhetoric, and I'm with my lovely and amazing and wonderful co-host, Miss Reality.
Hi, guys.
All right, so we got to get to it, man.
What's going on?
Man, my boy, he looking bad out here in these streets.
What happened?
DJ Akademics.
Mm-hmm.
He done got hit with a Me Too.
He's always looking bad out here in these streets. First of all, let's start it off there.
He done got mixed up in the Me Too. So give a little synopsis of what occurred. He went on his podcast and he was telling a few stories of some of his SIMP epidemic, and it was disgusting. It was vile. One of the things that he said was he lost $500K was stolen from him by a girlfriend. I think this is the one that we seen in Miami that was acting up. We'll get into that more.
Compensation for being with him.
He also talked about another instance where he had a woman in the house that hooked up. That was supposed to be his girl that was with him, and she hooked up with some homeboys.
Two of them, right? 2
homeboys. And according to his recollection, he said he watched the video. He seen that they double teamed her, and it was because he was drunk, so he didn't even know none of this was going on the night before. He looks at surveillance and he says that, I didn't even see nobody go for no condom. So that means you're looking at men's meat. So that's wild, Livingston. You might want to. I know you got some issues with that, so you might want to talk about that. But
he was doing investigative journalism.
I understand he was thorough. But she came back and she put some allegations on my boy. Not only did she say that she was intoxicated and was not consenting to this action.
She didn't remember.
She said she didn't remember.
She didn't know that this happened until she saw him talking about it.
And she said the last thing that she recalled was him on top of her with the gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
So now she's including him in this potential assault. My man, DJ Akademics, is looking bad now.
She also asked him to send her the tapes.
The surveillance, yeah.
And he was like, oh, I don't want to see that. Like, what does that have to do with you sending them to her.
To me, that's the only thing that's going to save them. If you really talking about everything is CCTV in your crib, it's gonna be what you need right now.
Yeah, if you weren't involved, then don't put the tapes out. Give the tapes to the authorities.
And then you got misinformation coming out. I know you saw that stream where you see the girl screaming, or you hear the girl screaming. You hear him, you see him walking in. That looks bad.
That looks terrible.
He tried to clear it up and say that this was from like some girl who was trying to rob him or steal from him.
I don't know, but she was screaming bloody murder.
So he tried to say those were not correlated. Those two instances.
They might not be.
And they may not be. I mean, like I said, he's like, if he's recording all the time, he's doing stream. The time that she sounded like, this sounded like it wasn't the time he was doing stream. So, and then also what else has been going on? So then you also have the other statements that he said out of his own mouth being put back out in the ethos with him with the 17-year-olds talking about if she's 17 with a college ID, she's good to go. Those comments aren't going to fly. Those aren't going to age well.
No.
They're not going to age well.
But when did he say them?
He said them.
Because he hasn't been.
He said it on a stream a while ago.
He hasn't been doing this for that long, right?
The streaming?
Yeah, like.
He's been in it for almost a decade now.
Okay.
Since close to over a decade, because he started like 2010.
I had no idea.
Yeah, 2009, 2010. So he's been in it for sure. But no, this is just a bad look. Like all around, it's just a bad look for him.
Yeah, and then has he come out and tried to defend himself or in any way after this?
He defended the allegation about that video. He cleared up that video. I haven't seen him make too many more statements about, from when I was just looking at his Twitter and his the posts he has. I haven't seen anything too much of that. So it's up in the air what we're gonna see, but I think there's also some more misinformation coming out about with the whole Spotify deal. I know you said that you had heard that he had got fired from Spotify.
So there were like random TikToks floating around saying that like he sexually assaulted somebody and was fired because of said sexual assault. But you informed me that his Spotify deal ended a couple months ago.
Yeah, so he's been out of Spotify for a while, and also in the contract that he had, you can't be fired from Spotify. He was never an employee of Spotify. He was just licensing content to them. So
yeah, just like a contract worker.
Yeah, I mean, more than likely, more. You could describe that better. So this is him talking about the girlfriend. So this is a separate instance. So this is him talking about the girlfriend that stole $500K from him, and this is on his podcast. So I know he's been saying he's been fiending for content. You know, I was watching him on Andrew Schultz's podcast, Flagrant. He was saying in his contract they were trying to force him to put out more and more content. He wasn't comfortable putting it out at that rate. So we'll see if this is him slipping up and messing up, and that's where the fault come in there trying to push too much content out.
She sucks some dick. I fall asleep. She run through, try to get him out emails. Oh, let me see if I can find out something about you. Like what? Before we even got here, she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna tell the world. Oh, you're not a millionaire." Gang, see my TD account, nigga, with $400,000. Nigga, I got tens of millions in motherfucking stocks and bonds. Nigga, the fuck is you talking about? But this is what this woman really thinks she got over a nigga. She want to be in your bank account. She want to be in every single thing about you. Now, let me tell you, this is going to be the most egregious thing, I swear. This is going to be the most egregious thing. And if she actually denies this, I got all the proof. I could have had this woman in jail for 40 years. Are y'all listening to me? For 40 years. Dang. This is how forgiving I am, and this is why y'all gonna call me a simp, and I'm gonna take it. Chat. There was a point. I don't know more. So for all y'all niggas who think y'all got it, y'all just gonna come get a different result. There's a time I used to have $1 million cash in my crib. That's a fact.
Why?
Do you know this bitch stole $500,000 from me?
Good.
Dang. Cash.
I'm glad.
Bro, I had them in safes and all type of shit. Nigga, I'm not checking the money all the time. I had money just sitting there. I gamble, nigga. When I gamble, I pick money up cash. When Shorty moved to Houston,
this nigga wanna cry so bad.
Like whatever, you know, we like broke up or whatever. Not really peeping shit. Nigga, I got $1 million in cash. $1 million. Not talking about 50. $1 million. One day, I get a new money counter. I said, let me try my new money counter, and I get the bands. So I like count my money and wrapping the bands around them shits. I'm sorry if you're not like that. I'm sorry. So I'm counting my money. My nigga, I had $1 million. I remember I had $1 million. Now I might have given my mom like 30 grand here. I might have, but I should have like definitely over like 950. Definitely 900. 900,000. I count my money. I got $400,000.
You couldn't tell by looking at it?
She sucks some dick. I fall asleep. She run through, try to get in my emails. Oh, let me see if I can find out something about you. Like, what? Before we even got here, she was like, yo, I'm going to tell the world.
Okay.
I'm going to tell.
So, yeah, this man is so green. Like, he is the poster child for being a lame nigga with money.
He is.
Like,
100%.
that's just what it is. At this point, like, you got to understand, ain't no woman going to be with you out of all people, for anything more than what she can gain financially.
None of the women that you want you back. So all of them are going to want you just for money. And then if you moving like this and you genuinely are a lame nigga, you are going to get robbed.
Like, everything about that story just sounded like you was just a lick. Like, everything about that was just lick worthy.
Yeah.
You deserve the outcome that you received.
He definitely deserved that. I'm glad she robbed you. I hope you get robbed again.
He did. Remember that somebody went into his house and robbed him.
I hope you get robbed some more.
Like, this man is a walking lick. Like, he is clearly, you ain't around homeboys that is clearly in your best interest.
No.
Because they over here smashing on anything that's sleep in your crib. You got chicks around you who, when y'all out, she don't know how to act. When y'all in the house, she jack moving you. Ain't that a felony? $500,000 is a felony, right?
Yeah.
So
That's why he said that she could have went to jail for 40 years.
For real. Like, that's everything about, and you clearly say he still love her because he didn't make her go to jail. So, like, everything about this is like, you not the nigga that the chat niggas try to claim you are. And, like, all you doing is proving it.
Everybody has been saying this for a long time. I've been trying to tell you for mad long that DJ Akademic is lame as hell. And he got into this position some way, but he's, like, in his heart, to his core, a lame nigga.
Oh, for sure. No, I mean, at the end of the day, his claim to fame is the fact that he was consistent, he was first, and he never let folks push him down. Like, he just kept going.
Yeah.
And when you had that kind of ambition, you're going to get good at your craft because eventually you just had enough reps.
Cockroaches don't die.
Somebody who's persistent and is only in it for he was in it for the sheer sport of it when he started. He was in it for the sheer just talking shit about Chicago rappers, talking about hip hop, finding his lane. He just wanted to be heard, and he did that. That's why I always respect him for the grind. He's a goofy nigga at heart.
He's lame as hell, yeah.
But goofy niggas can grind. Goofy niggas can have heart.
He's very resilient.
The epitome of such is DJ Akademics, and he has followers. Like, so are you familiar with Poetic Flacco?
I'm not.
So he's part of like the No Jumper universe. I was in a Twitter space with this guy.
I've probably seen him before, but I don't know what his name is. Go ahead.
Like I've never been around. I never had to sit there and listen. And again, that was my own accord. But again, I was, rocking with Danny Spaces. Shout out to the stop. And Poetic Flacco, I can't believe he has a following. Because I'm sitting here listening to this guy talk. And all he's doing is saying buzzwords, stuttering over his own words. And he can't even make a clear point with anything. He started talking about racism during this little Twitter space. This nigga can't even defend his own point. Got folks chomping him off. I think it was some white boys in there chomping him off about racism. He talking about he on Dr. Umar's side. You can't even stand your ground. Come on, my guy. And then he had the audacity to go on this rant about how they're trying to keep DJ Akademics down because he's an independent creator. And then when he got checked on him, like, oh, you talking about the Jews? Who you talking about? Oh, I'm not talking about them. Oh, what do you mean?
Who is they then?
Yeah, again, my thing is this. Are you saying one of two things? Are you saying that this is a false story and this is a coordinated attack?
Yeah.
Or are you saying this is a true story and the media is just jumping down on it more than normal people? Because either way, one is sinister, one is stupid. You know what I mean?
And you always say you can either be one or the other.
Because the stupid part is, they're going to jump on it regardless. This is easy pickings. You know what I mean? Like, this is an easy story to jump on if true. And it was just nasty because it was like, bro, I haven't seen such glazing in my life.
Glazing?
It was glazing, ball glazing.
Nut glazing.
Like, it was disgusting. Like, Poet of Flacco, like, stop that. I know that's your hero because clearly that's what you sound like. He sound like DJ Akademics pulled him out from the mud. And I understand when you actually get to look at a nigga that look like you doing something that you maybe want to follow in your footsteps, that make you feel passionate about. But my nigga, you sound goofy as hell. Please. I only listened to probably like one of his videos before, and it was just like, nah, this ain't for me. This ain't my kind of content. This ain't my kind of guy at all.
Yeah, if he does the content you say he does, then that's definitely why that hasn't come across my algorithms, because men who say dumb shit, I don't listen to that.
Yeah, him and Akademics are on top of that. So Poetic Flacco.
Academic is never in my algorithms. He's never popped up unless like No Jumper or something on Twitter. Twitter is the worst.
Oh, No Jumper's got pay.
Yeah.
No Jumper has they're giving Elon at least a couple hundred for sure. They're in everybody's algorithm. They're like on our page where we don't even really follow anybody, they'll just pop up.
I don't follow them.
They pay for it.
Yeah.
They pay for it. You can't be mad at it. But last thing with this, so did you hear he was also beefing with Metro Boomin?
Why is he beefing with Metro Boomin?
I think there maybe just because of the whole Drake beef. But Metro did say some slick shit in his own comments, and then DJ Akademics got in, tried to be tough about it, but it wasn't really what it really was.
DJ Akademic, when you try to get tough, it doesn't work because you literally look like Winnie the Pooh. Like, and then we can't see you from the waist down most of the time. You probably don't have no pants on, just like Winnie. Just a t-shirt and a fat belly and a very round, like a very circular, spherical face and head.
So according to at XL, they said he was reacting to Metro Boomin liking a tweet about his ex-girlfriend. So the tweet went from at MPHX3, DJ's girlfriend smashed the egg on his face, cut his Wi-Fi in the middle of his live stream. That's she player. Slammed a door on his mom's hand. Okay, so she run shit. Shout out to her. Cheated on him. Okay, boss up. Had a friend set him up for a home invasion. So that was the friend. Remember I was saying he got robbed and then stole $500K and 8 safes in his home. He stayed with her. True loyalty, 10 toes. And so then DJ Akademics.
She did all of that?
Yeah, she thorough. She thorough.
Bro, she hates your guts.
Real thorough.
She genuinely, she hates your guts.
Like you are a walking lick to her.
But you also hate yourself.
For sure.
Probably. Because you're extremely unattractive and you probably been your whole life. So insecurity and self-hate go together like this. And you hold that in you. I know that.
You've definitely never felt like this was the kind of woman that you were ever going to experience in your life.
No, definitely not. So you just let her walk all over you like the little bitch you are. Little bitch boy.
Livingston. You got to tighten up, my nigga.
You really do,
This ain't the look. This ain't the look. So let me tell you what he read. So he said to DJ. This is what
Get
he said
you
to
an
Metro.
ugly girl that appreciates you.
So this is what Akademics said to Metro. He said, you a bitch ass nigga. Don't like shit about me. You hoe ass nigga. Every time I violate you, you basically run and tuck your tail. You a bitch ass nigga. Ain't respond to Drake. He always bring up Drake. Why is he like that? You a known hoe. You mourn in peace. You shithead. Oh, that's messed up.
That's really fucked up because Metro's mom passed
a
year ago. A year and some change ago.
He said, you a sucker nigga, a tweet deleter, a true, pure, 100% fist scale pussy. Sensitive beat maker who throws stones and hide your hand. Keep mourning, you bitch ass nigga, and keep my fucking name out your likes and mentions. Remember, you the same bitch ass nigga who made No Jumper pull an interview with you because your sensitive ass didn't change your tampon that day. Your ass should be in the studio making beats and stay the fuck off Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
Well, at least he's coming for a man this time.
I mean, he always came at the rappers and stuff like that, but DJ Actor, you ain't gonna do nothing. You seen him.
Yeah, because Santana was asking you to meet him outside for weeks and you didn't.
He knew Santana was gonna violate him though.
Santana would have whooped his ass, I'm sure of it.
And then pulled his pants down. So he was scared about that.
That man is like, Santana is still a man and he's still big. And then
that's a heavyweight.
From if you watch Saucy Santana videos, that nigga was a hood nigga for real. Like, he's gay, but he was doing hood things. He was selling the drugs. He was beating niggas up. He was fighting men. He never puts his hands on women. He has a very patriarchal view on a lot of things, even though he's a gay man. It's very funny. But like Santana, I would bet all of my money on that fight, and I'm sure I would win. Santana would whoop his ass.
DJ Akademics, you can do a lot of typing on the screens and you can do all that good jazz.
The thing about DJ Akademics saying that about Metro Boomin is like, you need niggas like Metro Boomin to do stuff like that because you need the talented niggas that you talk about to do stuff for you to get content.
And he feels good when they acknowledge him.
Yeah, like if they acknowledge you, that's great for your streams. Now you have something to talk about for the next like 2 weeks because he's gonna milk the shit out of this.
I mean, he already has, so
yeah.
But no, it's just funny that just to see him talk like that because he know he's not like that. Like he knows he's not gonna meet these guys anywhere where there's not cameras. So that's why he's able to go like that. Cause like, come on, we seen what happened with the Vic Mensa interview. You don't really have the in person to person mouth work. It's just clearly obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So. My boy, just like I said, give it up, man. Like you need to make sure you're hiring a good lawyer, not Jonathan Majors. Make sure don't get Priya.
Not at all.
And you need to make sure Shawty, you better make sure Shawty don't come correct because she looked like she wasn't having it.
The thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he say that he wishes that he didn't come out and say this? Why would you said that you wish you didn't tell this girl or say this information for this girl to know that she was sexually assaulted because you rather her not know she was sexually assaulted for your brand? That's crazy.
He's a goofball. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, like these media personalities, again, they show every day. Tasha K, Akademics, they aren't as bright as people like to give them credit for.
Not at all.
We're in good position. They worked consistent and hard at something, and it came through for them. That's all you can say at the end of the day.
They were resilient, and they just kept popping up.
And he looks like a lot of people, like a good portion of men in this world, and they can relate to his low expectations.
And then when he gets with girls that look good and stuff like that, they're like, oh, yeah, like we won.
But they don't even be looking good, really. They really be slick mud because he was with Selena Powell. So, like, you really just be getting, like, the bottom barrel. So, I mean.
That's crazy because there's so many, like, just random Instagram girls.
It's not even that. Like, the type of, like, that type of woman would, even a decent Instagram girl, would, like, you would actually have to take time to be kind of cool to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they can get money from a bunch of different cool niggas instead of just getting a bunch from one lane.
Yeah.
Like, he the type of nigga that lock you in a room, like, all day. Like, wild boy shit.
Yeah. Because that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He locks himself in a room all day, willingly.
Man, his dumb ass, he didn't realize that she in the room looking like an inmate, counting, seeing what's his favorite numbers, what he like to say, what he like to bring up a lot, what he write down.
She was just sitting there collecting information.
Yeah, just sitting there like a computer, collecting data. Robbed your ass blind.
I'm so glad she did. Girl, I'm so happy for you. Like, if you are the woman that robbed DJ Akademic, I just want to tell you, you're her. You are that bitch. You really are. You did that for 2023. You really did. You conquered 2023, and you did what needed to be done for just women.
Just know, they at the end of the day, a sucker gonna get treated like a sucker. So
yes.
Let's get into a real nigga now. All right, Katt Williams.
Katt Williams was on Shannon Sharp's podcast, and he was How long was the podcast episode?
It was like 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, it was a good amount of content, but he was spitting nonstop.
He came in hot.
It was really good. Yeah, I didn't listen to all of it. You listened to all of it.
Yeah, I listened to the entire podcast. He came in blazing.
He came at a lot of people, threw a lot of shots, aired a lot of grievances, and we support him in all of it, honestly.
Oh no, I was definitely it was hilarious because I was already going to bring him up on the docket because there was some of his jokes that leaked out onto the Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And then this interview dropped and it's been 6 hours and already did 500,000. That's
Because
nuts.
Every time Katt Williams comes out and speaks, like, it's not nonsense.
Oh, not even the least bit.
I feel like a lot of people.
Oh, excuse me. I stand corrected. That was a clip that did 500,000 in 6 hours. The original video has done 1.5 million views in 9 hours.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Give him some claps.
No, yeah, we definitely got to give some applause
to Katt Williams some applause.
And we got to give it to Club Shay Shay, even though that's your op.
Okay, Shannon Sharp is not my op. I just think in that one video he was just in the interview with Kirk Franklin too. Like, you're too old to be spitting that type of rhetoric, and we have a lot of these niggas that are doing that. And being as seasoned as you are and being in the position that you are, I feel like you should be spitting a different game.
So
and we need it. People are doing that already, Shannon. Like, do something else. Like, the fuck, you unk for real. Stop doing like young nigga shit. Yeah, do unk shit for real. What are you doing?
So no, I want to just start with this. Like, apparently everybody who he's had a problem with has been on Shannon Sharp's show. So Ricky Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer, what's his name? Steve Harvey. All of them have been on Club Shay Shay. So he started off top going with the smoke. Like, he just went and did the rounds. Before we even start talking about me and what I got going on, I got to shoot at some niggas first. Ricky Smiley, and I know Ricky Smiley is I know he is a prominent figure in the city here. Hey man, my nigga, he went at your top.
He did.
He went crazy at you. That was nuts.
He said, "You not funny unless you wearing dresses."
Then he also was saying, he said, after they did the Friday movie, in his next movie that he did, I think it was like the Sunday movie or the church movie, that if he did a movie with Ricky Smiley had that be in the dress in the movie, and he was.
That's hilarious.
I was sitting there so flabbergasted.
He said, "You a great value, Tyler Perry."
That is he definitely said that. He definitely went at your head and said that. Ricky Smiley.
That is hilarious.
He was coming for bars because I think wasn't Ricky Smiley was also the one who him and Wanda were also co-hosts together, right? Because I believe that was the morning show. I used to listen to a little bit of the morning show where they had.
I lived in New York.
They had Wanda. Well, she used to be in the morning show. I believe he was also part of it. So that kind of makes sense to that little beef because they addressed that too. You remember when he was going at?
Oh yeah, yo, that was a very famous clip. He was like 16, blah blah blah. No prison time.
Yeah, no. Then he said she had gnarling fingers. And like he went into the psychology of it because he said, man, I'm not gonna go in there and talk about short hair women or fat black women. Like, all that stuff that's easy, low hanging fruit. He said, I said that she had gnarling fingers. One, because I knew she didn't know what the word meant. So she was just gonna be sitting there confused and upset. I said, this nigga is hell. But I said that is a true psychopath. Like, that's a true, like, someone who is really understands his art, whereas like I'm not gonna go at the low hanging fruit because I can make fun of that. Everybody's gonna make fun of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just fuck with your head, and now you rattled the whole time, so I can just start spitting off anything, and you ain't gonna respond because you still trying to figure out what is gnarly.
Yeah, you still stuck on that.
You still gone.
I can't even take out my phone and do a Google because now you're gonna come at me for doing that too.
Yeah, now he's already got you checkmate. So like I said, I wanted to bring it up because I'll play one of his jokes. I'll play one of the shorter ones. Because I wanted to ask, has his jokes become more PC? Because he was on Joe Budden's podcast a while ago, and he talked about cancel culture. And he had said something to the effect that you have to just adjust with the times.
While you were saying that, I was thinking about my favorite Katt Williams jokes, and none of them are about people. All of them are about things in life.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he is more PC or trying to like not be canceled or trying to water down his comedy at all. I think his comedy has always been like situational comedy that doesn't really offend people.
No,
it can't offend you specifically.
Go to those early specials. He was going at people. He would go at races. He would make jokes about particular people.
And then he would make fun of specific people too. But like, I don't know. I just think all of my favorite jokes, like him in the grocery store, like he does like Katt Williams does a lot of physical comedy too.
For
like
sure.
That's a very important part of his bit. So I think like Katt's comedy in general doesn't come off as offensive as most comedians do. So his stance on you just have to adjust with the times, he probably can adjust more easily than other comedians can, because he wasn't really like coming at people and offending people. Like that wasn't his shtick.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't necessarily offending people, kind of like, we'll talk about.
I pronounced shtick OD, right?
That was
Just
wild.
Now. That was crazy.
But no, it's not like how Dave Chappelle was going with the transgenders, and we'll talk about his special that just dropped in a little bit as well. But it's not like he was going at a particular group of people. But he would say jokes that would be rash, and that now people would be like, oh, that's a little bit what you mean by that. You know, there was some content that was like that.
Yeah.
Again, now he's shifted. He talked about that too. He said, hey, you know, I used to perform in front of white people, and I was getting a little more ovations more than I was when I was doing it with black people. And
That's problematic.
He was saying he worked on his craft so that it matched the same. So I can see that somebody who would adjust would be Katt Williams. He would be able to play to his crowd, play to what's going on, and be able to stay, you know.
I think he has the mental agility to do so. I think Katt Williams is not dumb.
For sure.
His career has been hindered by his drug use.
No, that's another thing. He spoke to that. He hasn't used any drugs. Like that narrative about him being a heavy drug user and all that stuff, he's spoken on that numerous times. That's not true. That
wasn't something that he struggled with in his career at all.
Never. He said that he talked about this in an interview. He said that he went to, you know, the Skid Row and stuff like that and spoke to bunch of homeless people, and he said that drug was always a common denominator and what basically took them over to not wanting to keep.
I didn't know that. I really thought that was like something that he was going through, because
that's the narrative.
He looked like that for a little
bit. But no,
too.
that he talked about too, is that being the narrative people were pushing out on him.
Why was he going to jail so much?
That was just different altercations, having weapons and stuff like that. When you're not supposed to have guns, that when he's protecting himself,
just being a black man,
stuff
also,
like that,
probably.
And it could be like he did say he smoked weed. But he just was like, that's the only thing he does. He doesn't put anything in the weed, no bunk.
Yeah. I heard him say that. I wish I was able to listen to the whole interview.
No, it's a good interview. So if you get a chance to catch it, I would definitely would. He went off onto Cedric the Entertainer. He basically called him not entertaining. He said, you don't write. Mm-hmm. You're not that guy. And he also accused him of stealing a joke, which Twitter then found. But let me go back first.
So I watched both of the jokes.
Same joke.
It was the same joke. He just changed the automobile.
So let me go back to what I was saying first.
The vehicle of transportation.
Because the point I wanted to make about what he said on Joe Budden was like, it kind of affected the way I listened to his last special. And it felt, that's why I made that comment, like, did it become PC? Because some of his jokes, I guess maybe in my mind, because I'm remembering that comment, it didn't hit the same. But here's a joke he made about Jamie Foxx.
It's hard to tell a lie these days. We done heard so much shit. You gotta have a lot of money to say some shit we ain't never heard. You know who got a lot of money? Jamie Foxx. That nigga got so much money, he did something we never heard of. We ain't say shit. Jamie Foxx said he got a mystery illness. What? A mystery illness. I thought we knew all the illnesses. Didn't you think we knew all the illnesses? my business. Maybe I want to catch it too. All he did was do movies and TV right after I want to do it. Not only did he get a mystery illness, they cured it. How the fuck? How the fuck would you cure a mystery? That means you just kept giving him pills. Just kept giving him pills. Anything?
So like I said, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one. He also had another one y'all can check out too, is online, where he talked about the potatoes that McDonald's get, because McDonald's do get their own particular potatoes that nobody else can buy. You can't buy them in the store. You can't get nowhere. Only McDonald's has access to these potatoes, and he made like an Illuminati joke about it, it was pretty good. So I was gonna come in and say about the PC joke, but once I seen this interview, like it changed a lot of my perspective
He's
about him
definitely not PC.
at all. He kept it a bean. He was going at Steve Harvey head. He talked about how he was the one who exposed that Steve Harvey had a hair little adjustment, little man toupee going on upstairs. And that's why we always thought he had the greatest hairline ever, but it was all a facade.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know it was always bald?
Steve Harvey?
It was always a bald man.
That was a hairpiece?
Hairpiece the entire time on the Steve Harvey show. Also, he brought up some new information too.
What? Hold on. So, if back then Steve Harvey had access to hair that looked that real, why the fuck does every actor on in every single Tyler Perry production have a hairline as rigid as the mountains? Literally, the parts are non-existent. You can't find the parts in any of the wigs in any of the Tyler Perry productions. And 20, 30 years ago, Steve Harvey had a hairpiece that fooled us for decades. I'm bewildered and shocked. I didn't know this.
Yeah, man, he was fooling us all.
That's wild.
Also, he brought up to light something else. So, you know who Mark Curry is? He had a Hanging with Mr. Cooper show that used to come on before the Steve Harvey show. And he said that basically they stole his idea of him being, in the school. He wasn't a principal for Steve Harvey, but Curry was. And he basically said he stole his idea and never showed him no love after that. Like, he took the whole show idea and just ran with it.
That's crazy.
And I never put that together because I used to watch Hanging with Mr. Cooper. That was a good show.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Raven was on that show. Raven Simone used to be on that show. It was a good show. They had a lot. They had some fine women on that show too.
There were so many black women on TV back then.
Yeah, these were stone
not
cold.
even light skinned curly hair black women. Just
these were stone cold. One of them
beautiful
looked like you.
black women.
One of them looked like you.
I always say that if I was in my 20s in the 90s,
don't play with her.
I'd have knocked them down.
Don't play with her.
Like pre-BBL. Pre-BBL times, I'd have been at least 2 points higher.
It was Holly Elizabeth Robinson Pete.
Oh, okay.
A baddie.
She is. She's super cute.
Gorgeous. All right, so let's get into more. He went in at Faison Love. He said he wasn't funny.
He's not.
He called Kevin Love a plant.
I don't know who that is.
Kevin Love, excuse me, I meant Kevin Hart.
Oh,
he said Kevin
okay.
Hart. He said Kevin Hart was a plant.
Kevin Hart hasn't been funny in at least 4 stand-up specials.
He talked about with Kevin Hart. He said how you get soul plane when you ain't had no name for yourself before then. That's plant behavior.
Was it wasn't he in like was Paper Soldiers after Soul Plane?
I think it was before.
So
But-
that's probably why.
But Paper Soldiers didn't do big. Like, you know.
No, it didn't. But it was a
when-
black movie, and so was Soul Plane.
When Katt is talking about this, he's talking about it on the big scale of what your impact was.
And then Soul Plane wasn't like a huge cinematic production. Like
It was a clown show. It was a minstrel.
it's a black movie. Like it's a very
Minstrel movie.
popular movie within the black community, but it didn't do much outside of that. So you can't.
It was the sexy rate of black films. Of its
Yes, like you can't. Soul Plane is not a measuring stick. I'm sorry,
No,
I don't agree with you on that
time.
one.
You don't. Well, he was just saying getting that kind of movie and look at that kind of stage when he wasn't in that
Kevin
position.
was
He said
doing like supporting.
he said
small
every
little roles before
he said
that.
every movie Kevin Hart was getting around that time, he also was offered, but because he wanted to change stuff that either was like slightly homosexual or wasn't something he was comfortable with, they would just go to Kevin or go to somebody else because they wasn't okay with that.
That's crazy.
That was exactly what they said.
But what was slightly homosexual in Soul Plane?
It was just probably just anything. Somebody could have jumped, fell on his backside and all that. He talked about how in the Next Friday movie that was it Next Friday or Friday After Next? Yeah, it was Friday After Next that he was in. He talked about how he wrote. They wanted him to get there. Graped. He wanted him to get graped in that scene with Terry Crews, and he was like, "Can we please do a video where a black man doesn't get graped, and it be try to be funny? Because grape is never funny."
Yeah.
So no, it was like I say he talked a lot of times where he stood on business, and that cost him in regards to being in Hollywood, but that the one thing he valued was his virgin anus.
Yeah, he said that the movie would be twice as funny without a sexual assault scene.
Yeah, I think they started to say he wanted to do
And it was him putting the wrench and having his nuts in a vice grip. Literally,
oh, for sure, that was hilarious.
was way more.
And
funny.
then they literally that was literally the whole third act of the movie.
Yeah, like it would have been extremely jarring and unnecessary.
Watch out, Damon!
To
There's
have
gonna be
that
ball
scene in
juice
there.
everywhere, Damon. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And he also said Harvey Weinstein offered to blow him. Yeah, he said that. He said Harvey Weinstein offered to blow him.
I believe him because Katt wouldn't just say shit like that. Like he's never been somebody who makes shit up.
He also said Steve was stealing Bernie Mac parts from movies too.
Steve Harvey. Oh,
Mhm.
that makes you look even worse because rest in peace, Bernie Mac. That man is dead.
Yeah, he was talking about how like they was trying to do Bernie Mac wrong a lot of the times. They wasn't really giving him the credit he deserved and was
Because
trying
Bernie
to hold
was
him back.
funnier than all of them niggas.
Oh, for sure. Bernie was.
Bernie Mac was funnier than Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer. 100%.
He even spoke to the Kings of Comedy how like it didn't matter where you put Bernie, the first, second, last, he was always gonna be the funniest out of all of them.
Yeah. Bernie Mac was hilarious.
You know, people
Like-
said I was tripping because I said D.L. Hughley was the second funniest of the Kings of Comedy. I said D.L. Hughley was the second funniest out of that group, and I always got killed. I feel like
I
at least
can see why
performance
you
wise,
got killed. Yeah, probably performance wise, he's very energetic.
but
and
he's still performing. Like he's still performing
I
right
didn't
now.
know he was still performing.
Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey are not performing at that same level. They still not hitting the
No.
stage. These guys, and that was the crux of his argument, was the fact that a lot of you comedians and you people out here complaining, y'all just ain't working hard enough. Y'all ain't going at it. He said, I do 100 shows a year. I'm constantly traveling. I'm constantly putting out product and work, and y'all just not working hard enough. Y'all don't care about y'all craft, and y'all bullshit. He said, I'm putting out, he's on his 12th special. I think he said he got another one coming out for Netflix this year. And if y'all complaining about anything, about being blackballed and all this other stuff, it don't matter because y'all not working hard enough at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So before we
His 12th special?
yeah, he said he was doing his 12th special.
That's amazing.
So a lot of them he funded himself, like a lot of the Pimp Chronicles and stuff like that.
Him and Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams, they don't quit. They don't stop. Dave came back with a vengeance.
Oh, for sure.
I can't wait to see Katt's next special. I love all of his comedy.
Katt also said he turned down $50 million 4 times. You don't believe that? You think that was Katt?
Yeah. 50 million. You could have just ended it at the 50 million. I would have believed that, but 4 times, like for Was it the same 50 million, like for the same project, for the same thing that they offered you multiple times? Because I do believe that.
You don't think 4 times he?
But 50 million for 4 different entities, 4 different companies, 4 different projects? Maybe not. Maybe the same thing from the same people reworked a little bit because they were really trying to get him.
Hating on my boy.
I feel like maybe somebody was trying to get him. Like, we want you under our network or whatever. Like, we want to make money off of you. We want to milk you for all you are. And he was like, no.
I'm not happy.
Absolutely not.
No, I mean, when someone pays you that amount of money, it definitely comes with, obligation. So I can understand why you wouldn't want to take
bending,
that.
Maybe.
It's probably a little bit more than just some bending.
Like, from what we've been learning the past couple years, you got to do some bending. Which is unfortunate.
Or you got to work your ass off. And that's what a lot of y'all ain't doing. So we about to get into now, we're going to get off the interview here. We're going to get into Corey Holcom. And he was just on, I don't know if this is his show or not, but he was over here talking about Hollywood and some of the stuff he has to do. And I'll let y'all listen and now we'll give our opinion on it.
Listen, I used to talk about gay Hollywood. And so many people would say to me, Corey think everybody gay. Listen to what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I can't do nothing about the lifestyle of men who choose that. But I do want to give you a little information. All you guys who thinking of coming out of here thinking you gonna make it, your asshole must be sacrificed. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it, homie. If you ain't coming out of here to ride cowboy style at these parties.
The Illuminati, that shit. They approached me.
Man, these motherfuckers think it's a joke.
They approached
Craig,
me.
you ain't scared to talk about it, huh?
Yeah, they approached me, but I was lucky they had
It's
the
just,
wrong
I don't know
motherfuckers, 'cause
everybody
when
who's on this
Illuminati
podcast, but
approached
this
me,
is the
they was like,
podcast.
Sinbad. I was like, nah, that ain't me.
The fuck they approach you about, Craig?
Got the wrong nigga. I ain't Sinbad.
I have been on
Largest platform
television
you've
shows
been on is all
and been
deaf
so
on
scared.
YouTube. Like,
Cause
you was
like
drunk
I said,
every
when I did
episode
Black
of
Jesus,
everything
I
you
like,
was
oh,
on.
shit,
Shut
this
up.
gonna be my last day because I saw the scene with the dress in it.
Yeah.
I am so lucky that I had a director on the show who was like, yeah, Corey, no, you ain't got to just put this thing. He had me put on like, it's the women of the desert. What is it called? A burqa they wear? Yeah. So they told me I could just put on the suit the men wear out there. I forgot the name of that.
Very similar. It's just like a straight.
I was like, okay, I'll put on the pants, nigga.
Oh.
Yeah.
And, it didn't turn into nothing for real. But I know what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, here it is. Here it is.
Man.
The nigga in the dress episode. Homie, I'm at a stage in life where I'm past that wanting that money like that. I mean, that money like that is good. It makes you not be accountable for nothing in a lot of situations. That's the good thing about money, because you're going to get tired of going to the mall and all that shit.
All right, so this is where I wanted to get to. And I know I know Katt Williams discussed a lot of this in his discussion with Shannon Sharp regarding this. But this is a tired trope at the same token. Corey Holcom, don't nobody want your dirty ass. Ain't nobody trying to come for your dirty ass. Like, you may have had an opportunity probably like 10 years ago, maybe. It's over with now. Ain't nobody looking for you. It's over. Like,
Nobody is checking
there's a ceiling.
for you.
Like, there is a ceiling for you, big dog, and it has been met in the highest order.
Nobody is in these rooms like, you know what?
We need Corey. Nobody. You a bootleg Patrice O'Neal. You don't have the same gravitas and flair. It's a reason why you ain't out here being well known and being and put in certain spots, bro. You know what it is. Like, just stop clowning yourself, man.
You're just not that guy.
There are some people who are
You're
that
not
guy.
that guy.
You're not working hard enough, obviously. Because if you were, we would be seeing you everywhere, and people would be seeing you on the sheet, hey, Corey Holcomb gonna be here. We're gonna get you $5 tickets because you know you ain't pulling anything more than $5. So we get you $5 tickets. You might have to do some free runs, but you gotta grind. You can't just be in LA and then complain about, oh, LA don't rock with me the way I wanted to, bro. Clearly, there's a whole country out here that you got to get out to. Katt is putting out the blueprint, but y'all boys ain't willing to work. Y'all not willing to work, and y'all not as funny as y'all think y'all are.
If I was doing something for 10 years and I wasn't successful as I wanted to be, because you are successful. We know you. We're talking about you. Obviously, you're successful.
Moderately.
In some way, shape, or form.
He's moderately.
It would be easier for me to be like, I'm not where I want to be because I didn't suck dicks.
But if
that's
also,
the reason.
If the talent was even up, like, he's a shock person. Like, all he is a shock person and a bully. Like, his shit really don't be funny. He just be trying to bully people on his
I've never
content.
found that man funny.
That's all he is. He just says bully content, and that's all he's about. Like, nothing that he really give it up is really interesting and thought provoking. Like, his content is as thought provoking as a rock. Like, I'm for real, just like him. He's a stonewall nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's just funny to me when you hear these guys talk about this. And like I said, I can believe with Katt Williams in the circles that he's probably been in, that there may have been some things that people have approached him like that, and it may have gone south. But ain't nobody coming at your little crusty ashy ass, Corey.
Nobody wants that ass.
Little crusty ass nigga, bro.
Nobody, and I'd be surprised if somebody wanted it back then. Like, it was probably just to like.
It's a reason why you get cast as the dirty nigga every time. Like,
every single time. Like, getting typecasted as somebody who is filthy is crazy, because how do you give that off naturally and genuinely from like your being and your essence?
Nobody should feel comfortable just putting you at the dirty nigga table. What's the nigga from Charlie Brown? The dirty nigga from Charlie Brown?
I don't know his name, but he was literally just a cloud of dust.
Yeah, that's what fucking Corey Holcomb. That's Corey Holcomb is in every role.
Yep.
Pigpen. I think that's that nigga name, Pigpen.
All right, so
dirty ass nigga. All right,
what's next? I kind of wanted to get into. Was there anything else?
Still some more comedian content.
Oh
to
yeah,
get into.
Dave Chappelle, right?
We still got Dave Chappelle, and then we got Kevin Hart. You want to listen to a little bit of that Kevin Hart story I was telling you about? Yeah,
well, let's do that, and then we'll get into
Dave Chappelle.
Well, we'll finish the comedians, get into
Gotcha. So
releases, 2024 releases.
JT Jackson. I don't know if you're familiar with JT Jackson. He was the person who was accused of being the person who lied on Kevin Hart in regards to the whole incident that happened in Vegas. And I don't think he's pressing any charges, but him and his lawyer did like a hype video, like coming at Kevin saying Kevin would be capping and lying about what happened. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to a little bit of it.
Yeah.
This started out as a man who cheated on his pregnant wife on her birthday weekend in Vegas. That's
cheater.
how the story was run for a long time. And Kevin's team was successful in shifting that narrative to Kevin being the victim of something that happened in Las Vegas.
Attorney Jacob Glucksman. Jacob, can you kind of detail what's currently going on with JT?
Yeah, happy to. So what's going on right now is that, well, let me take it back for a second. When I came onto this case, we sort of blew it up and exposed to the DA that this has nothing to do with extortion. Whatever the allegations were, it has nothing to do with extortion. The DA, to his credit,
I don't believe you.
Agreed, saw that, and dropped all the extortion cases against JT. However, that wasn't it for the DA. They have an attitude of they won't stop at anything for this case. They have it out for JT and they will stop at nothing to get him. And that's what's very problematic about this case. Because, and that's unique to Los Angeles especially, because what we have going on right now is a
all right, so basically they saying Kevin is a liar. That's basically what it's saying. This motherfucker is doing a lot of lawyer jargon. He does this for about 5 minutes. So if you would love to go see that, you can go follow Harriet Eve 9. I don't know if you've probably seen her before on Twitter. Go follow her. She posted that whole video. Basically, they're just saying that Kevin Hart, you was lying, bro. You knew what you was doing with Shawty, and now you're just trying to act like you wasn't trying to get your noodle wet.
Okay, but so this is the man who originally extorted him, right? For
allegedly extorting him, yeah.
like in the original cheating case.
So what happened was it came out was that the information that he cheated with, the video came out with him and that woman.
Because of this man, right? No?
Well, Kevin said that that's why it came out, was because his homeboy, the friend, released it.
Yeah.
And it was basically like, nah, like you need to either give me some money or I'm putting out this information. And he put out the video allegedly, and that's why Kevin put those charges out for the blackmail or whatever.
Yeah.
They're saying that those charges have all been dropped.
But did none of those things happen?
The video happened. We saw the video. We just now are unsure what happened, how the video got out.
Okay, so so
because at first it was a big old.
His friend was not the.
Remember, they made it seem like it was a girl who was doing it first. Because they made it like this big old. They didn't know who was extorting him and all that stuff, and they tried to make it seem like it was the girl that was doing it at first. And then it came out later on that it was his partner. That the partner set up the phone and all that other shit.
Oh Lord!
Like I said, yo, man, y'all get this for again. Y'all try to over here blame people like JT for y'all sexual improprieties when y'all sexual improprieties are only your own fault.
You cheating on your wife was definitely your fault. The video being taken, if JT was in that room taking the video himself on his phone, then that definitely also wasn't his fault. And then if he's not the one who put the video out, this is what's in question, is who put the video out, then no, he wasn't extorting you. But my question is, was he trying to get money from you to prevent this video from coming out? Because if that was the case...
That was what it was alleged.
If that was the case...
But he was trying to make it seem like it was through multiple parties.
Okay. If he was involved in any way, shape, or form, then yeah, I guess he needs to be prosecuted. I didn't know LA... Well, it's blackmail, so you go to jail for blackmail.
This happened in Vegas, so...
Okay.
It was a different little situation.
You go to jail for blackmail, period, point blank. So.
Hey, my man, Kevin, this all don't happen if one... You tell your wife, hey, man, I'm that nigga. It's going to be going down sometimes. Just roll with the punches. Or two, you just don't cheat.
Yeah, like, it's really easy. Just find a woman who is with it, which there are a lot of women who are when you have that much money. Because a lot of people don't have that much money. Not just men or black men. A lot of people don't have that much money. So there's going to be...
she did hold it down, though.
There's going to be a lot of people who are with that. But then at the same time, what is all of this if...
Miko didn't even give us a cry video. So, I mean, she held it down.
She said nothing.
Like, she held it down. Either the prenup is ass and she knows she ain't getting nothing out of it, or they signed her up for a good contract.
How ass is the prenup if after 2 children and him publicly cheating that she still feels like she can't leave?
Because, I mean, there's a difference between getting his money and living your own life and then being Kevin Hart's wife and the access that comes with that.
Because we still don't see her, really.
But that still doesn't mean she doesn't get access. That doesn't mean when she goes to certain places, everything gets pulled open for her and there's no question of who's, she's getting exactly what she wants with every experience she gets. And at some points, that's better than being faithful. You see with Cardi B, she back with her man.
Yeah, she said that they had sex on New Year's Eve, which, girl, like, why do I know what you did with your nigga on New Year's that you, like, going through it with? Why are you on live telling us, oh, yeah,
she was on Twitter Spaces.
Whatever social media you're on, why are you on there telling us, oh, yeah, even though I was hooping and hollering on Instagram Live about him a week or two ago, we had sex? Like, keep that to yourself.
Hey,
God damn! Like, put out an album, Cardi.
It's coming this year.
You've been on all of the internets, every single social media platform, telling us about your business and you haven't put out no music. Meanwhile, Nicki has her foot on your neck. You're choking and dying, literally. Like, we see you flailing, bitch. You look stupid.
He gonna keep cheating, unfortunately. That's just what.
The Nicki girls, we gonna clip that. They gonna love that one.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, like you keep giving him access to your body, it's only gonna make him feel like he can keep doing what he's doing. Just saying.
Like,
that ain't a good way to stand on business. But let's not stand on this.
And then you can't even cheat yourself. You go cheat. Stop yelling and crying on Instagram and go cheat back.
She can't.
You look stupid.
That nigga gonna spin the block.
You have your own money too. Y'all are.
Offset might shoot that nigga though.
It don't matter. She if as long as she not the one getting shot.
It do matter if your husband and father of your children go to prison.
That's his choice.
It's her choice to not instigate that.
I mean, she did try to murk somebody that he cheated on her with, and the law was on her side
at that time.
So we get a good lawyer.
Think you can't put a
because you can't say
this wasn't on the docket.
Oh, don't do this because she's gonna react this way and he's gonna react this way and get these consequences. When he's done that, she reacted that way and already had the consequences. Let's move on though if it's not on the docket.
Men and women aren't the same. So
and then allegedly he was at a party after they broke up with the girl that she almost went to jail for setting her up. You knew that?
The girl who your girl hates the most always got the best fire.
Like, but then he came out and was like, "Oh, I was at that party for 3 minutes. We were barely there. It wasn't a plan." Blah 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 blah.
Like I said, the girl that your girl hates the most always got the best fire. It's just what it is, you know. That's why they always spin the block back. All right, so let's keep it back on the comedians.
I don't hate nobody. So
you going off all track because of Kevin Hart and Miko. All right, so Dave Chappelle, he dropped a new stand-up.
I think that was a good tangent. But yeah.
He dropped a new stand-up. What was the title of it? Do you remember the title of it?
I don't remember the title of it.
His new Netflix stand-up. And I'm excited. I wasn't mad at it. I thought it was pretty good. He didn't do a lot of the trans jokes that he was doing. He probably did like 3 or 4 of them. And to me, these actually felt like real jokes. No cap. Like, out of all the ones that he was doing before, like, it used to feel like bullying and he was taking attacks at a group of people. But for this one, like, the whole a trans man is the
dreamer.
Okay, the dreamer. So, yeah, when he was talking about men test boundaries and men create boundaries and men protect boundaries and test, do all that stuff. And he said, and that's why the trans man is the greatest man of them all. That was hilarious. That was funny.
It was everything he does is crafted well.
Yeah, but the
all
last
of the
couple
jokes
ones
he
were,
tells are.
No, I was just saying the last couple ones were a little bit. He was too focused on the topic.
What were the last couple ones?
Well, the last 3 that he did on Netflix, where he was just going straight at trans the whole time. Like, he had a couple good jewels in there, like the little when we're in the car and the letters don't like the T's.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. And he had a few in there, but it was just far too often where he just was. It was almost like he was enamored by the subject, and it was just controlling his every thought that he just went 3 straight.
Yeah, after the first couple jokes about trans people, like the first like 10, 15, 20 minutes, that was like okay, but then the rest of it just seemed like a little bit too much. Like I just wanted him to stop. The first joke about trans people I thought was hilarious when he said that he was gonna go at disabled people instead, and then told a trans joke, and then was like he acted like a disabled person, like acting like he was applauding at the trans joke. I thought that was funny too.
That was good setup.
Yeah, like there were a lot of good jokes in there. After this though, Dave, I really just let it go. Like it's like beating a dead horse at this point.
I mean, but it's hard to not bring it up when you have him getting attacked by the bisexual guy. And he just did an accurate description of what happened. I didn't realize that when the dude changed direction, that two of his men's just slid across the stage. So I had to go back and rewatch it. And there it was. I just seen, and I'm sitting there like, yo, the way that he described these events was amazing. And then
he
the
probably
kicker,
watched that video over and over
oh,
again.
for sure. And then the kicker was Chris Rock coming out and saying,
Was that Will Smith?
Yes, that was the best part of it.
Bro, and then him being like, and then he grabbed the mic and then was like, that was a trans man. Like,
but that was good too.
Like, in that moment, with those people in that specific crowd, that was a shit joke, but you telling it back to us and us knowing it was a shit joke, that was funny.
Yeah, it was that overall, like, the special was probably one of his best out of all his Netflix specials. It's probably one of my favorites.
Alrighty, so we are in a new year. It's 2024 now, and as you all know, the strikes are over. There's lots of movies and TV shows anticipated for this year, 2024. So let's get into some of like the things that we're excited about, because there's a lot coming out. There's so many things, but these are the things that me and Rhetoric are specifically excited for. So we're going to start with movies. The thing that I'm most excited about, Mean Girls. So there was a Mean Girls 2 that was like straight to ABC Family. It was horrible. We shall not speak of it.
In the Walmart bin.
Okay, but Tina Fey herself was actually involved in this production because it was on Broadway. It was already like a musical that was happening. Mm-hmm. So Mean Girls 2 is happening, and I'm very excited. So Regina George is going to be played by Renee Rapp, which I'm so excited about because I love her. She seems like one of the girlies for real.
As seen on College Sex Life.
Yes, we call it the College Girl Sex Show. Like, I don't even know what the real name of that show is.
I think it's the Sex Life of College Girls or something like that.
Yeah. So also Dune 2 is coming out, the one with Zendaya.
Hopefully she's going to be in this movie more than 2 seconds. Y'all got us with the last one.
Y'all really did. I thought she was going to be in that movie. She better be in this one.
Luckily, I had watched some Dune movies before. Dune videos before I watched the movie that came out. So I was kind of prepared for some fuckery. But like I don't know if I ever talked about Dune is like, are you familiar with Dune?
No.
Okay, so I'm excited for this one, but Dune is like the first white savior movie.
There's a show coming out for Dune 2, I think, also.
Oh, no, it's a whole bunch of, like everybody's building a universe. But like I said, the original concept of the white savior complex came from Dune. Dune is what inspired Star Wars.
I did not know that.
So yeah, Dune is a big project. Like there's a whole bunch of content, lore, tons of books. It's dope. Like it's like I said, it's got the whole drug thing with the spice. If you're not into this one, this movie's gonna be big. Like Timothy Chalamet, this is gonna be your moment. If y'all can actually turn this around and make some big money, because remember last time when it came out, it happened during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So that went straight to
Netflix.
No, it went straight to Max.
Okay.
So now this is gonna be a time for it to really try to perform in theaters. So we're gonna see. It was a big production. Like I said, it's a big time production. I'm excited to see what we're gonna get. So shout out to Zendaya. I hope this is gonna be a bigger part for you. I expect it to be. And Timothy Chalamet, like, you know, hey, you're a little twink, but shout out to you.
Shout out.
Don't touch Zendaya either during the promo. I'm gonna be upset. That's my man's girl. Don't do that.
Apparently, her and what's his face might be engaged. So
yeah, shout out to Tom Holland.
Yep, Tom Holland. So another Deadpool movie is coming out. The third one.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, and then so we're excited for that. Joker is coming out. One of the Joaquin Phoenix and Gaga.
Gaga's going to be Harley Quinn in the movie.
Yes,
that's going to be a musical too. Oh, back to Mean Girls. I didn't mean to say. I forgot to say this. Mm-hmm. They just got the whole lead wrong with whoever they selected. The point of her character is she's supposed to be a baddie who did not know she was a baddie.
Yeah.
Y'all picked the palest little honky to play Lindsay Lohan. Do y'all not know who Lindsay Lohan is? A straight fox in my era.
Yeah.
I'm talking about creme de la creme.
Oh yeah, they got her name is Anguri Rice.
And no offense to you, ma'am.
Anguri Rice.
I'm not trying to take any shots at you. You're a homely looking white woman, and
First
that's
of all,
nothing
why
wrong
is
with
she
that.
blonde? I feel like Katie, her character, she's blonde. I mean, she's brunette.
Like I
Regina
said,
George is blonde.
they got that character wrong.
100%.
If you was gonna go with the blonde, you should have got Shawty from. Is she in it? The girl from Euphoria, the blonde hair girl with the boobs.
No.
That's who should have been Lindsay Lohan's character.
Yeah, she would have been a good
Give her some brown hair and let her do what she do, cause she's a star. So y'all messed up. Y'all dropped the ball on that one. But no, keep going. What we was talking about?
Sydney Sweeney, that's her name.
Yeah, Sydney.
Okay, so
sweet gal.
Okay, so after Joker, we have, I know you're gonna be super excited for this one, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Shout out God's Caesar. Long live Caesar.
Okay, and then we have Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim.
I'm actually never been a Lord of the Rings guy.
I am looking forward to it. I want to get into Lord of the Rings, so that's why I put it on the list, because I plan on watching all of the Lord of the Rings movies before this one comes out, because I love magical shit.
You know how long those movies are?
They're like 3
3-4
hours
hour
long.
movies.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm prepared. Next we have The Challengers. So this isn't like a movie that has a following already. This is just like, I don't know if it's a adaptation of a book, but do you remember those trailers for that movie where Zendaya is in a threesome with those 2 little white boys?
Yeah, when she was a tennis player.
This is that movie.
That movie looked wild.
I know.
I know Tom Holland was out there.
So that's why I put it on
air.
the list, because I'm not looking forward to that at all.
Why not?
Because I don't want to see her doing 2 white men.
Well,
Even though like she's with a white man.
I'm saying like
I don't want to see it.
I'm pretty sure we probably got the last time with Malcolm and Marie that we gonna see her love interest be a black guy.
You think so?
Oh, for sure. Prediction. We're not gonna see her with a black guy being her love interest. Probably almost from now on. She's gonna do the Zoe Zodaya route.
Okay. So we'll put that on the bingo card. We'll see if Zendaya does any roles with her love interest being a black man. That's gonna be on the bingo card, the Talk F&F bingo card for 2024. It's gonna get messier moving forward. So we'll have predictions also for these things. So next, Transformers 1. It's a cartoon, like a animated movie.
Oh, animated movie. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. So and then we have Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Yeah, they needed this one. Shadow's gonna be in it.
And lastly, what I saw on the list that was interesting was Marvel's Thunderbolts.
This year?
It said 2024.
I think that got pushed back. I think due to everything that happened, got pushed back, because the only Marvel movie that's gonna come out is Deadpool right now.
Okay.
So that movie might got to push back.
It might have. So next we're gonna move on to shows. So first on the show list is Echo. So that's a Marvel. It's a Marvel like adaptation ish. Like it's a Marvel adjacent.
It's part of the universe.
Oh, it's part of the. So it's gonna be on Disney Plus.
If you watched Hawkeye, there was a character in there who was a deaf character, also Native American, and her name was Echo. And this is gonna be a show about her.
So apparently this show veers a little bit from Marvel's usual
It's gonna be a little
aesthetic.
bit darker.
Yeah, because it's a little bit more violent, a little bit more gritty. So I'm looking forward to that definitely, because
and it's gonna be a dump too. Like it's not gonna be week to week. They're gonna
they're
just dump it out.
Yes, I like that. I like that very much, because I love
Well, they're doing it because they don't believe in the project.
Oh
but
no.
I think it's interesting to think to put out there my conspiracy tinfoil hat on with Kanye and all these other people talking about where the Native Americans, to see a lot of Native American imagery being presented. We have What If, where they invented a whole new Native American character. We got Echo, which is Native American themed as well. So interesting to see how that's going to be playing on in the future.
I'm glad to see more Native American representation in the media in general because they've been completely wiped out in every way possible.
Literally.
Which is, it's egregious. And it's so crazy to see, but that's
are
not what we're
are
talking
they the
about.
real natives? Ask that question.
They're the real natives.
Are we the real natives?
We are the real natives of some land.
Of this land?
Maybe. I don't think so.
Hey, that nigga called me a Calgary plan nigga.
Calgary plan nigga?
Yeah. Hey, I looked that up. I peeped at what you said to me. That was disrespectful. That's like calling me a mulatto.
Let's take a real quick break from this so I can address some of the comments we've been getting lately. Because I wanted to do it during the music mix, but I really like the music mix and I didn't want to take away from that. Plus, I wanted it to be in the episode. We've been getting a good amount more views lately. We've been getting a little more traction.
Shout out to us.
Which means we've been getting more comments. Some comments that are good comments, a lot of them being hate comments. A lot of them being hate comments from niggas that look like your mother barely liked you and you still live in your parents' basement and you don't know how to do laundry. You don't know how to take care of yourself, right?
Talk about it.
Your beard is peasy as fuck.
Patchy as fuck.
Every time I saw a comment trying to drag one of us, which I said trying because none of y'all succeeded. Every time I saw a comment and then I clicked on it so I could get some ammunition to reply, I had literally an army. I got an army's worth of ammunition every time I clicked on one of you ugly ass, non-booty wiping ass niggas profiles. Why are you in our comments? You know what? Let me not say that. Thank you for being in our comments because regardless, all Instagram sees is engagement. So you can go ahead and keep on hating and go ahead and keep on saying whatever fucking nonsense you were saying. I don't even remember what y'all was saying.
Talk about it.
Y'all niggas are literally like, y'all are the types to be on Twitter talking about, oh, OnlyFans, this and that, and these women, and y'all are the ones giving them the money. Y'all are the ones buying the sex dolls. Y'all are the ones fucking the pillows with the anime faces on them. Y'all are fucking pathetic, and y'all get no bitches, and y'all have nothing but time on your hands to comment fucking nonsense, and y'all are not funny. Like, I would give you something if it was if I was got. I haven't been got once. Not one time. Not only have I not been got, you're literally just ugly.
You niggas are Neanderthals, knuckle draggers, mouth breathers.
Period. Let's move on.
Lowest of the low.
So next show that I don't know if I'm looking forward to this one because I know it's going to be good, but let's talk about it. Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
So this is the one with your boy, right?
Childish Gambino is in this, and I don't know the girl's name, but I wanted to talk about, are they hot enough? I don't think they're hot enough. I don't think Childish Gambino and this woman are hot enough to be Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I think when it comes from Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie being your predecessor,
yes,
you can't go to Childish Gambino and wasn't this the girl from How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, and she was from that other stupid little show on Hulu too. Hold on.
I know what you're talking about, where she was dating. Like, they got the post. They went the complete opposite route.
Maya Erskine?
Oh my goodness. That's not even the girl who I thought it was.
So she's from Penis.
Yeah,
Pen
she's
15 on Hulu. She was the Asian girl.
I got that completely wrong.
Maya Erskine, maybe. I don't know. But like, they are nowhere near the level of attractive that I require for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were egregiously good looking.
You remember Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy?
Yes.
That's how both of them look. They both look like Plank. Real shit.
Her face gives me nothing. And then Childish Gambino, like, he's never been ugly, but he don't give me sex symbol. There's so many people that you could have picked. If you wanted a black man and an Asian woman, there's so many hot Asian women.
Childish Gambino looks like he has to jump the rail at the metro. Okay?
He looks like he does, yeah.
Like, let's keep it for real. Like, he is nowhere near the status of appealing and what you would be required to compare with Brad fucking Pitt.
She was just in a show where she was playing a middle schooler.
Like,
how do you want me to think that she's attractive enough to be Mrs. Smith?
What happened to Hollywood?
No, I complain about
this. If I
this.
wanted to look at ugly people, I'll look outside.
I complain about this on a regular basis. They're taking the hotness away. It happened with Winx Club. They're taking all of the baddie, all of my iconic things growing up with all of the like.
You don't have to grab the mic. I hear that.
With all of the very attractive women, I know I'm not attractive as those women. I still want to see them though.
Word.
Iconicism.
Like these
iconicism doesn't come from regular looking people.
What happened to just giving it up, man? What happened to like it just being it? We understood we were in the presence of elite, one of a kind, a people, and y'all just keep giving us these mud, untalented, barely talented people. Like again, the self-deprecating humor can only go so far. It has a limited capacity. I'm sorry, when I pay my monthly subscription to see movies, I don't want to see regular people.
No.
I can go to work for that.
I want to see people that make me feel bad about myself.
I can go to the regular store, to the grocery store, if I want to see regular people do regular things. I want to see
I just go to work.
I want to see hot people. I want to see
my bad. I work with hot people.
Amazingly attractive people.
At the people I work with for no reason. But the
I mean, we didn't say ugly people. We said regular people.
Yeah, but still. All right, so super excited. Abbott Elementary season 3 is coming out. That's my comfort show. You know, there's been a couple things coming out about the Abbott Elementary cast.
Some supporting of Israel.
Yeah, some weirdness, and then there was some weirdness about some jokes about
Didn't the redhead lady say something crazy?
Yeah, she did. And then the black lady said something about her son's dick in one of her stand-up specials that
yeah,
people were upset about.
was
I don't even know why people were upset about. All she said was that used to be a little wee-wee. Now my son got a big-ass dick. Why was that crazy?
I mean,
it's not like she was like, ooh, I want that dick. Blah, blah, blah. Like.
That would be just like if somebody who was talking a joke and it was a man saying, I used to wipe her vagina and now she got a big-ass clit.
Well,
yeah, now when you put it in perspective, right? When you put it in perspective.
Because I thought you were going to say, like now she got some big-ass titties, like a crazy body, which is crazy because she used to be my little girl.
I'm just talking about
because I feel like that equates more because, like, I just don't know when, as a father, you would see your daughter's clit, but as a mother, like, you might accidentally see your son's dick, like, in passing.
You might see it when you walk in the bathroom by accident.
Yeah, you could walk past.
I'm saying what a dad too.
I'm just saying, if you walk past your child's room and they're like in there accidentally with the door open, like, you're not gonna see your daughter's clit. Like, it's smaller. Dick, that's.
I mean, it might be pronounced.
I don't know. Let's move on.
All I'm saying, it might be pronounced.
But that would mean that your daughter has an abnormally large clitoris.
All I'm saying is that would be. I can understand why it was weird for her to say that. Because if
it was weird for
if you put,
it was,
change the perspective,
but I just don't think it was the backlash was required for it. I really don't.
No, we ain't letting shit slide in 2024 no more.
But we'll see.
We coming at you. Can't be talking about children's genitals.
It's already died down.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a day.
Yeah, it was really just.
It was just her turn.
So Avatar, The Last Airbender is coming so Netflix is doing another adaptation of Avatar the Last Airbender. Is going to be real people. What's the
Live
term?
action?
Live action. Netflix has already done Avatar the Last Airbender live action as a movie. It was horrid. It was egregious. It was hard to sit through, and it was a little racist. Because where were the Asians? So they're doing it again.
They didn't have none?
There were barely.
Okay, I could have sworn I seen.
Barely.
I never
like
watched it, but I saw the
main
trailer.
cast wasn't. So they're doing a show this time, and it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's an adaptation. So I want everybody to let go of all of your expectations. We are going to have extremely low expectations for this because the creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender themselves dropped out of this project 2 years ago. They left. So we're going to keep our expectations extremely low, and we're going to assume that this adaptation is going to be loose, and they're going to just do whatever the fuck they want to do with it, and we're going to assume that this is going to be a hate watch. So that's what I'm anticipating for Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I heard that the casting was really good.
They're doing actual Asians.
That's fair.
I was excited about this because of the casting until I read that the creators of the actual thing dropped out years ago.
They could have dropped out because of money.
Regardless,
the principal, we've seen this plenty of times where the principal foundation isn't changed and what's going on is just internal, like, I don't want to work with him kind of nonsense. You know, so it can still come out good. Let's not take our hopes out. So
yeah. So there's another Walking Dead spinoff coming out. It's Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live. Let everybody die. So
is this the one with the kids, or that already came out?
No. So the thumbnail for this was the main character, the cop guy, the dad.
Yeah,
Rick. So he's the thumbnail. So I didn't watch the trailer or anything for it.
I've never been a Walking Dead fan.
I watched the first 2 or 3 seasons of Walking Dead. I put it on this list because I wanted to talk about what you would do in an apocalypse, because let me die. I want to die first, immediately. I don't want to survive. I don't want to fight. I just want to die.
Like, I don't think a lot of women think about the apocalypse situation. It would be so horrible for you.
I would just be getting raped.
There's no law and order at all.
You motherfuckers would just be.
It would be vile.
Scary, yeah.
It would be so vile.
Kill me.
Like, I don't see why any woman wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because, like, to me, I can see where it's like, I could at least, if I'm gonna die, I could die trying to fight off a guy, and just, you know, if I do best him now, like I done kind of got myself some clout a little bit, even about myself. Like, there's certain wins that, for real, there's just certain wins as a man, you could just become a whole new nigga in the apocalypse. They did a joke in Rick and Morty where Jerry ends up surviving the apocalypse and becomes that nigga.
Yeah, he does.
Like, when the apocalypse comes, all social order resets. You're no longer that dweeb. DJ Akademics, you could become that nigga during the apocalypse.
You're too
I
fat.
doubt it, but
you're too fat. You're going to get killed immediately.
You would probably,
Fat, weak bitch.
But most definitely, during the apocalypse is an automatic social reset. You have a chance of being that nigga. As a man, great possibilities. You might be able to found a new colony of people. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to start, you know, your own rhetoric town in my instance.
Just get a group of women and impregnate all of them.
Yeah. Like, they're going to be down regardless, as long as you provide resources.
Happen. Yeah.
And
as long as you provide resources and protection.
And it's not like you got to get a job from somebody. You just got to go hunt and keep a shelter. Like, that's not as difficult as trying to convince your boss to get you a raise.
Yeah.
You know, you just go out there and kill the deer. For real.
Okay, so the next show on the list, I am very excited about. This is one of those this is a new show. So, Shogun. This is going to be a 10-part historical drama based on the novel 1975 by James Clavell. So FX chairman said that it was the network's, quote, I quote, biggest and most ambitious production ever. So I'm extremely excited for this because, I love historical dramas.
So is this going to be like a Japanese type thing?
Yes.
The Shogun?
Yes. But it's based off of the novel 1975.
So it's going to be white people in it.
Not that I saw, but maybe. Like, white people are in all of the productions.
Disgusting.
So, next up on the list is Bridgerton Season 3. I cannot wait to binge this entire thing. I can't wait.
I didn't know you was a Bridgerton girl.
What?
You've never talked about that show ever. You've never brought it up in discussion.
Well, probably because the last season that came out, we were together. I binged the entire thing in a day.
You did watch that spinoff, right?
I did.
I remember you watching that spinoff.
I
didn't know. I forgot it was Bridgerton.
Yeah, and I love that too. So you should have remembered. I love Bridgerton. I love everything Shonda Rhimes does. Mama Rhimes can do absolutely no wrong in my eyes, but Shonda, stop it with these white men.
I'm about to say, how could you say that?
Yeah, the only thing you be doing wrong is the love story. Please give me a love story where the black man isn't the villain and the white man doesn't win the black woman.
What about
and the white woman isn't and the white man isn't the like savior. I don't understand. Probably you need to do this to get funding, maybe, I don't know. But please just let me get a dark-skinned man and a dark-skinned woman, or at least give me medium tone. Just at least somebody that doesn't pass the paper bag test. 2 of them.
What about How I Get Away with Murder?
How to Get Away with Murder? Oh,
remember Viola?
Viola Davis. Yeah, she was with that dark skinned man, but
did not fit your patriarchal love story.
No, because that relationship was tumultuous.
That was because of her, though.
Regardless of who it wasn't like a wholesome love story between 2 dark skinned black people. I just want that. I don't want it to be. It can be tumultuous in the beginning and then work out. Mm-hmm. I want it to eventually work out.
He got killed. She killed him though.
I haven't gotten that from Shonda Rhimes. Yes,
she killed him though.
Yeah. So that's all I have to say about that, Shonda. I still love you. I love the way you write men. I love the way men are written from female perspectives in general. I think it's just so much sexier. Because I'm a woman, like that's it. So the next show on the list is Agatha Darkhold Diaries. Again,
Marvel.
Love of magic. Yeah. I love magic.
We'll see where this is going to go.
I love magic. I love witches.
Trying to think about some of the stuff that I know from. I think they're supposed to be having one of Wanda's kids from Multiverse of Madness and WandaVision being a aged up version in this. So we're going to see.
I do remember.
Probably New Rock Stars or somebody.
Yeah, or like Screen Riot or something like that.
Screen Crush, yeah.
Screen Crush. Whatever.
So no, it was probably one of them that said it. But no, we'll definitely look into that. I think that it's gonna be pretty interesting. I don't think it's gonna move too much of the universe. The shows have always been filler.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to this filler specifically because of like how much magic is gonna be in it, and I love witches and covens and all that. Like that's really my bag.
Yeah, I hope they get into the lore of it. Like they touched on it a little bit. As she was part of
there's a lot of lore.
Yeah, she was part of the Salem witch trials.
I hope, I hope all of the I hope they weave in historical context from that. That would be amazing. Oh, there's supposed to be like a Percy Jackson or like a.
That's out right now.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna start watching that.
I didn't even watch the movie Percy Jackson.
Yeah,
so.
I love everything.
Wasn't he black in that movie?
Mythology related.
Was he black in that movie?
No.
Okay, my bad.
So
that just sounds like a black name, Percy Jackson.
It does, Percy. Yeah, it 1000% does. I never even thought about that. House of the Dragon season 2 is gonna come out.
We watched our first season together.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first shows we watched together.
Mm-hmm. House of Incest. That's literally what that show is, just mad incest. It's uncomfortable to watch, and then when you're rooting for the incestual relationship, it's like, whoa, why?
That's your sister, sir.
Why
Get
am
off
I
of
rooting
her.
for that? Like, why is this the best choice for you? Why is your uncle the best choice for you? That's fucking creepy. So, I know you love Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a spinoff, Kite Man. Hell yeah.
Kite Man. Hell yeah.
So that's gonna be a show that's coming out on Max.
Kite Man is in the building.
I cannot believe this man got his own spinoff.
They gave Kite Man his own show.
Even imaginary white mediocrity gets rewarded, which is wild.
At all times.
Like, this man is
Hell
not,
yeah.
he's literally not even real, and he's getting rewarded for his mediocrity. Crazy. So another show, Marvel Zombies.
Yeah, that's supposed to be coming out. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's going to play a little bit on the What If episode. I don't think you watched that one yet. I know you're still watching first season.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a Zombies episode that I think it's going to play off a little bit. I think it's going to be in a different universe, but similar circumstances. So it's going to be definitely see what's going to be pulling out the hat with Marvel. I think this year is going to be real low in regards to, high-end cinema. And I hope that they're going to take that time to really make a good run in 2025.
They got to get their shit together because of Jonathan Majors and all that nonsense and drama that went on.
Who's that dude that you showed me that they said they might try to change him for Kang?
Yes. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. So,
That nigga
I saw that,
he's a giant.
yes, he's in a movie. God damn it.
I know. I seen him in a few things too. I just never thought to look up his name because he never was a main person in any movie. He was always like a side character in all the movies that I saw. But that's a big dude. But I think didn't you say he was part of the alphabet?
Yeah. So,
So the Hoteps are definitely gonna have fun with that if he is.
Coleman Domingo. So Coleman Domingo is in the mix to replace Jonathan Majors as Kang in the Marvel movies. The first thing that came to my mind is how upset
Hoteps.
the not even just the Hoteps, because it's not just them. The black men of a specific mindset would be when they know that Jonathan Majors is going to be replaced by a gay black man. Not only a gay black man, but a gay black man who was married to a white man. A white man. A lily white man. Like, when I saw that shit was so crazy to me. I'm not specifically upset about it myself because
Have you seen pictures of them together?
yeah, I don't like that he's married to a white man.
Is he?
But
is he,
I also
from the pictures you've seen, is he the T or the B?
He might be the B. He might be the B. He might. I don't know. But I've been getting like very surprising revelations of T's and B's. Okay? So, real quick tangent. I was having a conversation with somebody at work, and I was like, like, I just assumed that he was the bottom in his relationship, and he told me he was the top, and I gasped for all of the air that my lungs could have capacity for. I was like, I had no idea. So honestly, gay men really could always surprise you. And then there's been this thing coming across Twitter, probably not yours, soft top. A soft top is a top that you wouldn't expect to be a top, basically.
Okay.
That's it.
So this isn't soft man era.
No, it's just like
Soft black man era, no?
well, maybe. I don't know. This is the first time I've come across this.
Are they cousins?
I don't want to say
Are they
black
cousins
men in general being soft, and being gay are cousins. Like, they're not cousins.
Distant relatives.
They're it's like a parallelogram.
You don't even know why. What? All right, keep going. You're just saying shit.
Just a tiny bit.
That's not a okay.
That's not a what's this one?
The parallelogram is like when it's like part rectangle and then it has a triangle at the top.
What's this one with the two circles that
infinity?
That's
infinity. When you,
no, but that's a chart too.
You confusing me. You gonna have
it's
to
a type of chart.
You gonna have to show me.
Okay.
You don't have to show me now. I think we got the point.
You want to cut this part out while I Google it?
No, you can just not show me.
Okay. You said you're going to have to show me, and then you said you can just not show me. Okay, so the next show on the list is You, season 5.
Oh, you're talking about my boy?
Yeah, your man's Joe is back at it again. I really want him to go to jail. God damn it. At this point, Joe has to go to jail.
Why do you do this?
That's the only rational outcome of, you know what? No, it's not, because the woman that he's with has an obscene amount of money and power, and she's just as psychotic as he is. So this season is probably going to be Joe going on a murderous fucking rampage with his new woman.
Why are you doing this? I try to call you, but you don't pick up. And then when I follow you to the grocery store, I see you talk to men. I don't like that. You want to talk to him? This guy? This 6'2" failed football player?
Stop it. Creepy.
Do you like the way he clenches his bag? The way he pushes his cart?
He didn't even have no bags. That nigga was unprepared.
The way that his wallet sits in his
that's
denim
enough.
jeans? Did you see his Nike check, Chris?
Okay.
I don't like that, and that's why I have to eliminate him. I like Joe. Joe be snapping on niggas. I used to do that when I was younger, though. I used to be sitting there. You be at the lunch counter or at the lunchroom or the lunch dorm. You see the chick that you into, and you see some dork ass nigga talking to her. And you're like, you're giving this time? Do I even want to give you time now? You breathe the same oxygen as this loser. And then she comes and talks to you, asks why you're not talking to her all day. It's just like, because you for everybody, yo. You just outside.
I'm turned off now.
I don't even want to. Like, I saw you let a nigga give you a plate. I was disgusted. Nigga didn't even wash his hands before he went in there. He walked right into the calf. Raw dogged it. And you just let him pass your plate. Disgusting. Vile. All right, we got to get into something because a lot of times.
Listen.
Oh, what? We had some more?
Yes.
My bad. Excuse me.
There's more. Like, you just went off on your whole little tangent.
We talking about you.
I literally, we're talking about you, but you took it and ran with it.
You know how I do.
Like, the list was not done. There's a bunch of stuff coming out. Like I said, strike is over. Mad stuff loaded in the clip. And there's a lot of shows coming out. So there's a couple more. Umbrella Academy season 4 is coming out.
Okay, yeah. Shout out. I like Umbrella Academy. I'm a fan.
American Horror Story Delegate Part 2 is coming out. I need answers from you motherfuckers. I swear to God, within the first 2 episodes of the second part of that goddamn show, if I don't start getting some lore, some foundation, something other than creepy vibes, I swear to God, I'm going to march down there. I'm gonna have to put my hands on somebody in that production house. Because it does not make sense.
Have you been loading them up? Because I haven't seen you watch them.
The first part came out already. I finished it.
Okay.
Every time I was watching that show, you were never in the room.
Yeah.
Because it was always like on a day off and you were working.
Got you.
So but you didn't hear me. Like, every time the American Horror Story theme song came out, I'd be like, oh my God, no! Because I hate the American Horror Story theme song. Again, it is very jarring. You got your job done with that, I guess. So next is The Boys season 4 is coming out. We're very excited about that. We're both very big fans of The Boys. And then Lastly, Invincible Season 2 Part 2. So Season 2 got split up into 2 parts. The second part is coming out in 2024. Those are the things that are coming out that we're going to be watching. I scrolled furiously through this list. There's so many other movies and shows. Like, the strike really, like, put a
damper.
Not a damper, put a pause. It's not a damper because pay them niggas.
Pay them boys.
Pay them.
Pay the team.
And I'm glad they finally got
pay everybody
some
pay the
type of
production, pay the nigga that sweep up all the
pay
niggas.
everybody. Like, the fuck? So I'm glad y'all got to a middle ground, and now we have so many things coming. TV and movies are back on track, and there's a million things coming out that we are looking forward to and that we will be reviewing for you guys.
And we're going to put
we're going to get the TV back
and talk F&F TV. That's what I was going to say too.
Because we just been messy. But
that's us too, though. That's who we are.
Continuing with the messiness, I want to do messy predictions for 2024.
We can definitely do that.
Okay? So we're going to do some messy predictions. Just like terrible. Or no, because we went through the things. Most of my list is bad because I'm a messy bitch. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm a messy bitch. So I have not a lot, but a couple things. And then I tasked Rhetoric with getting messy man things that are going to happen in 2024. Sports takes, things of that nature. So the first, do you want to do back and forth? Bounce?
We can.
Okay. My first thing is CPS is going to take that baby from Krishan.
They're coming.
They going to take that baby from Krishan. They are. Because I recently saw a video of her and her puppy, and she flung that puppy in the back seat. I'm surprised PETA hasn't gotten yo ass.
And then she did
bitch.
like a little like crack dance afterwards. After she threw the dog. Yo, okay, so let me tell you a story. My parents were...
No, what was it? Hold on. Do the dance. What was the crack dance?
So my parents were, decent folk in their own right, and they used to take in foster kids.
Both your parents are amazing people.
Yeah, I was just saying they were decent folks in their own right. And they used to take in...
Same thing.
They used to take in foster kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was this one girl who they brought in. And like the next week, my mom tells me, she was like, you know that girl that was at the house that we let stay for the weekend? I was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, she put glue on a cat and threw it on the wall. And the cat died. And
Why? No. Out of all the stories you've told me twice, there's multiple stories you've told me maybe 3-4 times that you've forgotten that you've told me. Why is this?
I never told you about that.
No.
Yeah, she threw someone's cat. She threw someone's cat on the wall. She put glue on it and threw the cat against the wall.
How much glue did she put on said cat?
She had to like dump the whole Elmer's.
Yeah, because that's crazy.
Yeah, she was
And then
nuts.
how hard did the cat die?
Yeah, the cat died. Had a
How
heart attack.
hard because
The car had a heart attack. Like it didn't die from brute impact.
is
like,
she in jail now?
I don't know.
Bro, what is her name? We gotta look her up.
I don't know.
after
Remember
this.
her name. I don't even know my parents remember her name.
We gotta call
She was
Shirley.
only with us for a weekend.
Oh
like,
my!
so we didn't
I've
have like.
never wanted to
'cause
call
see-
your mother more on this show.
We call her right now?
Yes, we need to. Call Shirley right now. Call Shirley right the fuck
She's not
now.
gonna pick up.
We need to know her name. What time is it? Yeah, she might be asleep.
Let's see. Shirley will pick up. I'm calling
Nah,
her.
she gonna be asleep. It's 11.
Shirley's psyched out. Though. Shirley might be up.
Ma, please pick up. Oh, that was picking up. She would have picked up by now.
No,
she
she
usually
is.
picks up within the first like 3 rings.
Shirley, girly.
Yes.
I got you on the podcast right now. Okay, we recording.
Well,
Wait a
you on
minute,
Talk
hold on.
FNF TV, Mom.
Hold up.
Okay, you live on the podcast, Shirley, girly. Let us know when you're ready. Okay.
Say that again.
I said we got you live on the podcast right now.
You got who?
I got you live on the podcast.
No, dude, you crazy. You don't do it like that.
I just have
No,
to ask you a question. We
Ma.
have to ask you a question because
Ma, okay, wait. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Because Frederick was just telling the story on the show about how you had a foster child, a girl, who covered a cat in glue and threw it against the wall and killed it?
Okay, that's true.
No, because I thought he made that up.
Do you remember her name?
Yes, I'm not gonna tell you if you got it on live.
Okay. You need to text it to Frederick because we want to look her up and see if she's in jail now.
Oh, she probably in a home. She probably in a home by now.
Nah, because that's not normal behavior.
That was wild.
That's serial killer behavior.
Yeah, well, that's what she did.
Nah, we was just talking about how y'all was saints, and I just brought up that story. But nah, thank you, Mama. I love you.
Have a good night, Mom.
Good night. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. I can't believe she still remembers her name.
Nah, she gotta text you her name.
Yes.
We gotta look that woman up. She's in jail. She's locked the fuck up. If she's not, I hope she changed her life around and found God, because that's crazy, ma'am. That is serial killer shit.
That happened. I try to tell you, I don't be lying.
Wow.
I don't be lying.
Wow. I genuinely thought you were lying. I didn't even say it, but I thought you might be making that up. I thought Ma was gonna be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, she remember that. You don't forget it. You don't forget that.
Wow. Okay. So I'm sorry. Where were we at?
We were talking about somebody who did some Krishan throwing a dog in the back. I can't remember.
Okay, so yeah. So that was my first prediction, was Krishan's baby being taken away from her by CPS. And then I mentioned the dog thing. You mentioned that. What's your messy man prediction for 2024? What's going to happen?
I think Charleston White is either going to commit a murder on the live stream. No lie. I think he's really going to commit a murder.
In self-defense.
It could be in self-defense, or it could be him crashing out. Or he's probably going to get like a super big contract that none of us believe from one of these like companies.
Yeah, that none of us saw coming. I see that. Yeah, that's a good prediction. I like that.
Did you see him on his 20? He had his own version of the 20-in-1, where they had the 20 women come up to him and it's just him. And apparently they brought out a transgender woman and he flipped out. I'm talking about.
No, I did not see that.
He said, "Hey man, what y'all doing out here? I got that little thing over here with me. This ain't the kind of content we doing over here now. I ain't doing that. We leaving and we getting our back money. I want the back end." That nigga left and got his back end apparently. Don't play with Charleston White.
Yeah. Nah, Charleston White is not one to be played with, honestly.
Yeah, he's either gonna commit a murder on live stream or he's gonna get so much money from
you
fucking
ate that, babe. I like that. Okay, so my next prediction is that Cardi B and Offset are gonna get back together. Not only that, but Cardi B will cheat back in a horrific and public way, specifically to be petty, and I think that she's only getting back together with him to get public revenge.
Offset is probably gonna crash out on that nigga.
Because at this point, like, your image, you can't talk that hot shit anymore as a rapper if you just got cheated on and 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 cheated on.
I mean, in her own words, she
like,
said
girl,
she
what the fuck?
prefers. In her own words, she said she prefers a man who gonna have it rather than a man who's gonna be loyal. So this what you expect. This is the life you gotta live, little mama.
Yeah, but you can't literally hysterically cry on Instagram Live at the same time.
Oh man, she gonna give it up.
Like, get cheated on and shut the fuck up, or move around. Choose one. You got two choices. I want you to move around. I would like for my petty soul for you to move around. I'm not in one of those relationships, but if I was, that's what I would do. What's yours?
Let's see what we got here. I was going to say that somebody was going to get to fighting in between Joe Budden and Rory, but they are fighting inside. They got Julian and Eden fighting each other.
So let's talk about that real quick.
So apparently, according to Danny from The Stop, shout out to Danny, that's my guy. He has basically reported that Eden, their producer, has been fired from the show.
Yeah,
he's a producer and he also handles the audio and video.
So Eden put his hands on Julian, right?
Julian, who's also a fellow producer.
So a couple of days, like maybe a week ago, we got some news that like they just came on the podcast. Julian was very like hee ha ha about it, like, oh, he put his hands on me and just started wailing on me and just didn't stop. And when I first heard that, I was like, that's concerning.
That
like,
sounds staged.
Like, that's not okay. Like, that's not normal at all. But Julian seemed okay with it for some reason.
Well, at first, like I said, we talked about it a little bit when I talked about the spaces that I was in.
Yeah.
And this is kind of, bleeding off from that spaces. But no, it talked about he did the whole I felt regret afterwards, like somebody put a battery in my back type of thing. Like,
yeah,
we see it all the time at parties and things of that nature where, something may happen or somebody may sleep with somebody. And then once they get all of their faculties in order, they say they regret what happened.
It happens a lot when something happens to you that you're okay with. Maybe you have different boundaries as other people, because it hasn't happened to me, but I've been that person, like, waking somebody up to, like, their boundaries not being there enough. But, like, something will happen to you and you'll be okay with it. And then when you're telling the story, everyone's reaction is like, oh my God, like, that's so fucked up. And you were so okay with it. And you're like, why was I okay with this? Like,
and it's so tough.
Are my priorities or my boundaries less than, or am I lacking in boundaries because I was okay with this? And that's probably what Eden went through. Julian, yeah, that's what Julian went through. Every time he told this story to somebody that he cared about, they were more upset about hearing the story than he was in the situation being beat up.
Yeah, that's what it was. And when you hear that, you hear from your mom, your dad. Like I said, we harshed all this over.
Yeah,
I said I wasn't feeling it because it felt a little bit like buyer's remorse type of situation where it's like, you was cool with it. Now it's over with. Like, if anything, that should have been handled, you and him right outside the bar after that happened.
Yeah. And now Eden is fired.
What it looks like, according to Danny.
Yeah. But Danny has given us inaccurate information before.
But he's still our man, so fuck
yeah,
with Danny.
Yeah.
But it just seems like.
But he's definitely not inside the circle. Like,
I mean, he's
outside the circle talking about it.
They were in his spaces. So.
They were in his spaces, but them niggas resent him. Like, how are you in his spaces and resent him at the same time?
I don't think they
That's
resent him.
They seem like they act like they do, not seem like they do.
I think they think that they're a superiority between them because he's the media covering them and they're the media. He
kind of seems like a parasite.
People. But the relationship they have is how people felt about them when they were talking about people. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all the website.
So this topic made me want to ask you a specific question. Since Eden put his hands on Julian and there's nonsense going on the Rory and Mal side of the podcast world, I wanted to ask you, who do you think on the Joe Budden podcast would be more likely to put their hands on Joe? Because Joe is a very put hands onable ass nigga.
If it would have to be anybody, it would probably be Ish. Because he's the only one who's actually had a real long-standing beef with Joe.
He be bucking back for real.
He does do that, but he also he's really had a they didn't talk to each other for like 6 years, he said.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had a long-standing beef before. So that's why I think if anybody was going to put hands on him, Ice is non-confrontational. Flip, we know how we feel about Flip. He gets on both knees and opens up. And Melissa, I can see Melissa.
Let's continue.
I can see Melissa doing it, but then every time I think about her doing it, I think about her telling me she's not all there anymore and she's still recovering. So I'm like, I don't see her doing it until she's like 100%. So Ish.
Melissa's interview with Angie Martinez was amazing to watch. I did not know all of that about Melissa Ford.
Yeah, she was.
I didn't watch you on Hollywood Unlocked because I don't want to get brain rot, so I don't watch things with Jason. What's his name?
Jason Lee.
Jason Lee.
A goat.
Yeah, I don't watch things with Jason Lee. I did watch that interview with him and goddamn, I forgot who it was. It was one interview I watched.
Was it young
Tommy?
Riley? Oh, Tommy. Okay.
Yeah, because I like Tommy. That bitch is crazy.
Yeah, Tommy, give it up.
Yeah. But that interview, I really enjoyed that interview. I didn't know that you had went through all of that. I didn't know that all of your cognitive functions were so affected by that accident. I didn't even know that you had been in an accident. And then I feel for her so much more that she's in like this all boys club And she has been her entire life. Like, god damn, I just want to break for her. Like, I just she chose this though. Like, she's obviously showing up every day. But one of my we'll get into one of my next predictions because it does bleed into my next predictions. But one of my next predictions after watching this is that I feel like she might take a leave of absence at some point from the Joe Budden podcast.
I can see that where you can get to that point with her because she's such a thoughtful person.
She
needs time to think and come up with her point. If you watch her old show, she had an old show. It was like something about cooking. Guess who's cooking? But they didn't cook in the show. That was just the name of the show. And she would interview people. And this is around the time like when she's coming back from her accident, I believe. She's very patient. She's very letting them finish. She wants to absorb your point.
Yes.
And be able to.
On the Joe Budden podcast, it's a bunch of pit bulls barking around
But
her.
I think that's going to be good for her in the long run. If Joe has really good intentions with her, it's going to be good in the long run.
I don't think Joe has really good intentions with any woman. Like, genuinely.
Roy revealed some information about Olivia
Genuinely,
Dope.
I do not think that Joe has, like, I don't think that he has intentions that are like, I want to help her with her mental health, her cognitive functioning, her anything. I
think he says it, but I think the actual actions that needed to be done, I don't know if he has the ability to be able to do that because with the whole situation where it's like when you watch that Olivia Dope episode, even though they scrubbed it offline and everything, when you go back and kind of really go over that, the stuff that they let out of the edit, and then the fact that you was even a 40-year-old man comfortable talking to a woman on a public platform that you had no prior real history with, like that was goofy. And that's why I can see where he needs Melissa more than anything else, because you need to show a history of being able to produce women. Because every woman that get with you, they leave. They either don't have
they leave and they have grievances that are more than just normal workplace grievances.
According to Rory, he said that that Joe had settled with that case. He wasn't specific about who, but he said your man settled with sexual assault cases just recently, so he shouldn't be talking about cases. And that was the most recent one that was that came out. And she didn't change her name on Instagram and stuff. She been laying low, so I could definitely see a world where that money that he's supposed to be getting from See the Thing Is goes right to her.
Yeah,
like you just get that cut right there, right to you. We don't even need no promise, Miss Lady. We don't even bring that up no more.
Alrighty, so my next prediction for 2024, P. Diddy is gonna lose everything. Okay. Everything.
We're already on that track.
We've already seen the dominoes start falling, but as a result of this, I have been seeing that more Jaguar Wright content come up. And she's been saying a lot of stuff about Jay-Z. And the thing about Jaguar Wright is that this specific interview that's been going viral, where she's talking about all this stuff that Diddy's been doing that's come to light now. The reason it's gone viral now is because all of the stuff that's been going on with Diddy. But this interview is from 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She's been saying this stuff in interviews for mad long and has not gotten one cease and desist, has not been sued once.
Yeah, Jaguar Wright's been going on for a minute. Like,
she has been. And I think it's interesting that she has not been sued for anything that she said, but Tasha K is swimming in lawsuits.
Because Tasha K is way more reckless. Way more reckless.
Yes, but also, like, why hasn't Jaguar been sued or anything? So she's been saying a lot of stuff about Jay-Z, and a lot of the stuff that she's been saying about Jay-Z in those old interviews have been coming up on TikTok. So one of my unfortunate messy predictions for 2024 is that maybe Jay-Z is going to get caught up in
the scandals.
In these scandals, allegations, like people, there have been like whisperings of like how old was Beyonce when she started dating Jay-Z, how old was Aaliyah when she was dating Jay-Z and stuff like that, and like maybe him being controlling and things of that nature. None of these allegations are substantiated in any way, shape, or form, but it's just like internet things that have been going on. And again, from the past couple years that we've been seeing, like there's a lot of nasty shit that goes on behind the scenes that we have absolutely no idea about. And the people that we look up to, and the people who have been making the bops and making all the movies that we love and producing them, like they're disgusting people behind the scenes. So I think that every time something like this comes out, instead of being like, oh, maybe she's lying, like at this point, like we know that these niggas are nasty. Like they're men who have this type of power abuse it.
No, for sure. All right, so the next one I think Sexy Red is going to have a #1 record this year.
Like overall Billboard #1 record?
Like global #1 record this year.
Were you going to say something?
No, I was just going to say, because I want to bring up the whole topic that happened with the child's party that was on the internet. So,
oh, yeah.
So Miles Sauce had posted a video where you see a bunch of little girls who are dancing to Sexy Red's song and her music.
They are like, none of them are older than 5-year-old.
Yeah, they're little girls. I want to just say before we criticize, I do respect that these little kids did know and have the wherewithal to not say the swear words.
None of them said them.
So I think that's important to note. We got to get our wins where we can.
And they are children, so nothing is their fault.
So I think that just with this where we're going, way society's going, the fact that you have little kids who are going to be probably listening to this more and more, I think she's going to get a #1 record. I don't know what that's going to mean on us as a whole. I also don't want to put this on the women too, because I remember there was a little boy who had an NBA YoungBoy party. He was like 5 years old. And there's a 38-year-old man who's doing the same thing.
Yeah, so the black children,
we're lost.
In general, are lost.
We are 40 years in the wilderness like Moses. We are lost in the fucking wilderness right now. I'm not trying to say that respectability politics is what needs to happen, but Sexy Red, ma'am, this ain't it. And I'm over here defending you because these crackers over here putting videos talking about, oh, we are not the same, with they little girls giving daddy a hug after getting a coat, and next to you dancing, the girls dancing to your music. And I'm over here trying to defend us. I'm like, now show us the trailer parks. This is what the white niggas say to me.
Shut the fuck up, nigger. Shut the fuck up, nigger.
That's what they sent him.
That's what they sent me. Fucking biker for LI4E. You fucking racist piece of shit.
Honestly.
That nigga fucking tried my ass.
He really did.
Said, shut the fuck up, nigger.
You gotta find something to say back to that.
Show us the trailer parks. That nigga was mad too. The nigga who I said showed us the trailer parks to was like, upload a video of your home then. So I think he may have felt attacked.
We do that on a weekly basis.
He may have felt attacked. So I think that might have been a case there. I wasn't trying to disrespect people in the trailer parks.
We upload a video of our home on a weekly basis.
Don't be over here disrespecting. Don't be disrespecting us. All right, we got last part, right?
Yeah, so my bad. So okay, so wait, there was one more Joe Budden podcast prediction that I wanted to throw in there in the bingo game, is how many tantrums is Flip gonna throw in 2024 on the Joe Budden podcast. I feel like it's probably gonna be around like 17 to 23.
With his shitty ass contract, I can imagine that he's gonna be giving Joe headaches all year.
Yeah, I feel like 17 to 23 tantrums from Flip in 2024 because he's a little bitch. He and DJ Akademic are in the same boat to me. Y'all are the same type of nigga. Honestly, I feel like somebody might come out with some shit against Flip this year too. Maybe 2025. Who knows?
Like some squirrely boy shit?
Some sexual allegations.
Ooh, we'll hear. Well, you'll hear it from us first if it is, Flipper. We're on your ass. Pause.
All right. So number 4. Let's go.
Ass up. Lock his ass up. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
All right. So who is going to go to jail in 2024?
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Dun dun. Dun dun.
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Blueface is going to jail.
For sure.
Blueface is definitely going to go to
You
jail.
are going to violate that probation.
Krishan also might go to jail. I think
Bunk
that
beds.
I think Jalen, I think all 3 of them might go to jail in some gigantic drunken Zeus brawl.
Yo, this is going to be like a, what is this? What they call when they have like 3 people in love with each other, or 3 people going at it? What is it? Triangle?
Love triangle?
Love triangle. This is going to be a love triangle Rico.
Yup.
Full with child trafficking.
Literally. But, okay, who do you think? Who's going to jail?
DJ Envy, we on your ass, sir.
DJ Envy, you are going to do prison time.
We
Maybe.
We are on your ass, sir.
Caesar is definitely going to do prison time.
And Caesar's telling. Caesar's telling. So you better start talking, Envy. You better have something to say. You better have some evidence. Or your ass is grass, man.
Yeah.
Your ass is fucking grass.
100%.
Tighten the hell up.
And then I don't want to like put prison on a black man's jacket. Like I don't want to wish prison on a black man, but I want DJ Academic to get locked up just cause.
Or at least a civil case. Make him lose another $500,000.
I want him in jail.
Man, DJ Academics would be turned out like a fucking donut.
Like a laundry bag.
They would turn him into
like
a
sack
cream
of potatoes.
donut.
Like a sandbag.
DJ Academics, if you go to
He's
jail,
shaped like all 3 of those things.
when I tell you, you will be used and passed around like no other. Don't be so stupid. Better get that video out. You better get that video out.
That booty hole is gonna be used and abused.
No, it's gonna be raw. It's gonna be raw and untamed.
You gonna wish you had the sensitivity of a Saucy Santana.
Saucy would have took it nice on you. He would have spit on it. But these niggas right here, they like the little burns on their dicks. They gon' what?
I was gonna say, you got anybody else on your list?
For jail? Nah.
Guess who's going? Okay.
I don't think I got anybody else going to jail. Probably. Everybody else is just gonna get civil cases. Y'all not gonna go to jail.
Okay, so next up on my list is I didn't even get his full name. I forgot to get his full name in here. What's his full name? God damn it. You go ahead.
What are we talking about?
The librarian.
Oh, you want to start that now or you want to wait?
Or do you want to do the next thing?
We can get into this next part right here.
Yeah, do the next part. Cause
we talk a lot about here on this show. We talk a lot about black, interactions and things of that nature. And I think we're doing a disservice because we are putting a highlight on things that are not the majority. And I have gender beef from the whites.
Oh, not gender beef.
Gender beef from the whites. I have been on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. I have done the digging. And they have a new word. Trad thought.
Okay, so
that's a thing. Trad thought is a thing.
What is a trad thought?
So a trad thought.
What is the definition?
So we're gonna go to the good old Urban Dictionary because they know how to, break it down for us. But the trad thought is a new word amongst the conservatives. How they always got the thank you, Brandon, and all that other good jazz. These stick whites right here, I'll tell you what. All right, so trad thought is a single white woman who claims to support traditional values in order to gain money and orbiters. Generally, they will give arguments on social media about traditional femininity in marriage, but then not follow with settling down and having kids. So, the person who has now they've had their scopes on the trad thought now is Miss Isabella Maria DeLuca. And baby, I love you to death, but this woman has some crazy knockers.
So,
do you want to know what happened?
I was gonna, cause
you know what happened?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't know you looked it up. My bad.
So this girl posted this video of her making a brown caramel, a brown butter caramel cake.
That you
on
also
Twitter.
made, which was good.
Okay. I wanted to hold that.
Sorry.
So, she posted this video of her making a brown butter caramel cake, and then I guess the white women and the
pearly things
were up in arms about her being a trad thought and this and that. And Frederick showed me the video, and
let me add another character in there. Rational Man was also calling her a trad thought. I don't know what this is. Frederick showed me the video, and to explain to me what a trad thought would be. All I got from the video was that cake looked good as fuck. I made that cake. I did. I followed that recipe, and I made that cake that exact same day. That cake was good as fuck. It's sitting on the table right there. Girl, Pearl literally is the opposite of a girl's girl, but she's also not a pick-me because you're too ugly to be picked, and all the men know you're too ugly to be picked, and they know what you're doing. So you're just like, you're like what is it? The men who ogre?
No, the men who are
incel. She's
incel.
a femcel.
You're a femcel. You're literally a femcel. You're not a pick-me. You're a femcel. Nobody wants to fuck you. You're ugly as shit, and then you spew this fucking nonsense on a regular basis. The girl said nothing in the video. All she said was like, no, she didn't even, it was just background music.
She was just baking.
She said absolutely nothing in this video while baking a delicious cake, being a woman who was more attractive than you are. Her knockers were huge.
And that's what Pearl was upset about.
And
Pearl,
you were so upset. She had a full t-shirt on. It was a tight t-shirt, yes, but like, she has the titties. The titties are going to be there.
They're going to titty.
Period. You're upset because you're a homely white woman.
You lack.
You're a homely looking white woman.
You lack in so many areas.
Oh my God. Like, you literally are, like, you have to be one of those girls that's one of the guys because niggas don't look your way. Men don't look your way.
Pearl knows that for a lot of her sexual experiences, it has been spent facing away from the gentleman that
or on
she's
her
been with.
knees.
Or on her knees. She knows that's been most of
I
the
know
sexual
Pearl knows how to
experiences.
suck a mean dick because she had to learn how to suck a mean dick because her face and her personality don't do anything.
It doesn't cut it. And like I said, I don't really kind of put her in that space of like she has to have a guy to kind of validate her criticisms because she doesn't go around. She doesn't go around saying that she's the most prettiest girl. She'll tell you she's average as well.
Because you are, and you know that, and several men have told you that. So you've had to take that and internalize it and make it your basis. You have to be like, I know this, because you know men are going to be like, you look like nothing.
The only thing I've always been real critical about her with is I didn't like the fact that what she would do was put these women into rooms that was clearly they not educated. Most of the time they're black women. And she would put them in a room with her laptop and start just spewing this information that they can't go back and check and go back over. And now she's looking like painting herself to be like this smart individual in the room when really
so I didn't
you
know
just
that
have the
she
technology.
specifically did this to black women. She only interviews like
No, she has other women on the show.
She mostly interviews black women?
No, she has black women on the show fairly often.
Okay.
Almost probably from what I've always watched is the majority. But she has white women on there as well. That talk about the same kind of stuff.
I don't like you, bitch.
Majority,
I don't like you, Pearl.
But majority it is like she'll have like black guys in there. It's very, you can tell it's very much so like when Andrew Schultz started off with Charlemagne and you just see him hanging out with the black people because that's what crowd he was in. And now you kind of see her growing out of that crowd and getting into the white conservative crowd. Like she did, what's the British dude's name? Pierre Morgan. Pierce Morgan.
Pierce,
He fucking railroad her all fucking segment.
I'm sure he did, and that's what you deserve, because when you invite people like that onto your platform, that's what is gonna happen to you.
But I do want to say
you're gonna get railroaded.
This isn't the only time that there's been this friction amongst the whites, because we always get this conversation like, oh, black men are the only ones going on the internet saying X, Y, and Z.
No,
I promise you not.
We are black. Our algorithms are black. If you're a black woman who only deals with black men and who only consumes black content, this is what you're going to be seeing. So you're going to be like, oh, white women don't do this to white men. White men don't do this to white women. Asian this and that. Hispanic this and that. Everyone is doing this. Hispanic women are fed up with Hispanic men. I'm sure of it. Asian women are fed up with Asian men.
Reports are out.
You're fed up with the person who you are in closest proximity to. With us, for black women, it's black men. So that's what's happening. But in every other community, like, I'm sure the white women are fed up with these white men. I'm sure of it.
And if you look
the whole world is, by the way.
And if you don't believe me, go look up Soft Calendar on Twitter. And what that is a bunch of super stick in the mud conservatives criticizing this calendar that a bunch of conservative women put out that is probably on the sexual scale like a 3. Like, for real. Like, these women are like fully clothed. They have some tight dresses on and they just are attractive.
They said that this calendar is soft, and then I didn't see it when he first initially mentioned it to me, and then he showed me the calendar, and nothing was even close to soft. Like, this is like a home goods calendar.
What I don't understand is
this is literally a home goods calendar.
No, for sure. Like, I don't get it. Like, what I don't understand is, like, as a woman, as a person of color, I don't understand, besides your taxes, and I just can't see them being worth your dignity, that you would want to associate yourself with the Republican Party. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the Democrats are the end-all, be-all and the right way to go, but at least they're trying to swindle you like you have some sense, and they're trying to go behind your back. The Republicans are actively showing your oppression. They're actively your oppressor. Like, you're never going to be conservative enough for them. You're never going to be a good enough Negro for them. They're always going to find a way. There was another dude, I don't even want to say your name because you're a lame conservative, but it's a black guy. He's a gay guy. And he went out to a Trump rally and was literally harassed by Trump supporters. Because at the end of the day,
you're still a nigger.
They're not going to see any
You're
of your,
still a nigger.
They're not going to see any of your politics. They're not going to see anything you believe. They're not going to see all the black people that you shit on and talk less than on. All they're going to see is you are a black homosexual man and you are less than just like the rest of them.
Yep.
And just like when it comes to the women, no matter what, you're always never going to be enough. You're always, depending on how attractive you are, that's going to be what dictates how you're going to be perceived. Because you could have put a normal looking white woman there with no breasts, with split ends everywhere, with crow's feet on her face, baggy eyes, and nobody would have said anything. But because you are an attractive woman, you automatically appeal sex. When they see you, they're going to project that on you. Rational man, you're damaged. You're not rational at all. You obviously got too hard when you saw this video. Your blood was flowing out of your brain, and you just started spewing stupid.
Yeah.
So I mean, these dense conservatives, y'all can feel like you're being on the right path when you get on your little conservative track and you start running up with Trump. You say that's my man. I promise you look like a goofy idiot. If you're black and conservative, you look like a goofy idiot. If you're gay and conservative, you look like a goofy idiot.
They don't know that you're conservative.
They don't care.
They like when they look at you first glance, all they see is black.
They're gonna be a maggot and a nigger.
Your beliefs don't matter.
That's all it's gonna be at the end of the day.
And it's so stupid that y'all try to align with them like this.
No, it's sad. It's sad. So now I want to ask you this, man. Like, since we were just on this little race issue, are black women agents of white supremacy?
Black women have never been agents of white supremacy, and it upsets me that you asked that in the first goddamn place.
Well, I'm going to show you a little something then, and I'm going to see if you still agree with that assessment after you hear what this woman said.
Black women have been the backbone
Let's listen to this.
Of jobs that men should not do, especially grown-ass men, okay? For one, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Matter of fact, any fast food restaurant, if you think that you're a grown-ass man working in a fast food restaurant is okay, something is wrong with you, all right? Leave those jobs to the teenagers. My nephew can't even get a job right now because there's some grown-ass men in his goddamn...
Really quick, let me tell you, she got like 20 millimeter lashes on, a bust down frontal, like whole frontal, baby hairs on, like almost touching her eyebrows. I'm telling you this because the way she looks lines up with her fucking nonsense that she's spewing. Also, she has veneers. She has a chain on with 3 letters that is almost as big as half her chest. That is a lady with a chain on. She has a chest piece as a lady, bitch. I'm not gonna listen to you. Continue. And then she says she has a Fashion Nova one piece on, you dumb bitch. Continue.
40s flipping my goddamn burger. Okay? Let it go. Leave it alone. That job is not for you. Anything in retail, okay? I don't want to see no grown-ass man handing me a dress, okay? Why are you a grown-ass man working at Ross? That makes absolutely no sense, okay? Target, Marshalls, like, guys, give it up. Leave these jobs to the kids. Leave these jobs to the teenagers. These are jobs you get in high school, in college. But once you're a grown-ass man...
I got a question. Do y'all think that there's like a place that men go to that go get their men job? And that...
Like, this bitch sounds so stupid.
Agent of white supremacy.
She genuinely sounds stupid as fuck. And then that's what I wanted to say about the sexy red thing. Like, you remember Undercover Brother?
Mm-hmm.
And there was the man, and he was the man was pumping specific things into the black community.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like
I feel like
the clone movie.
The man planted sexy red.
Damn.
And the man plants videos like this because I feel like it's genuinely a waste of energy to engage with content like this. Like, what do you mean? Why is he working at Ross, Target, this and that? Because this is the job that this man can get. And if you don't want to fuck with a nigga like that, then you just fucking don't. Like, you don't shame somebody for the job that they have. The man who was working at Walmart, the man who was working at Amazon, the man who was working, like, cutting grass, doing this and that, like, he is a respectable man. Just because he doesn't make money to be with you and your big horse veneers, bitch, doesn't mean that he's less of a man. And I'm tired of you bitches doing this dumbass shit. Honestly, most of us are going to end up with men who do a honest day's fucking work. Just because you went and got a BBL and risked your goddamn life in DR for $5,000 doesn't mean that you get the man who has like 17 degrees and worked his ass off on Wall Street. He doesn't want you. He wants the Asian woman. Damn. The fuck? Shut up, dumb bitch. Y'all get me so tight. And then we have these fucking dumbass arguments on the internet constantly because you dumb bitches are spewing nonsense constantly, and then you dumb niggas are spewing nonsense. Like, girls like this are spewing this type of nonsense, and then the niggas are like, what do you bring to the table, this and that? Oh, I don't want a girl that this and that. But you're like, y'all are not checking for each other. First of all, that girl is not checking for you. You are not checking for that girl. We need to stop having these conversations. It's such a fucking waste of time. She looks so fucking dumb to me. Like, with that big ass chain on and them big ass horse teeth and that gigantic fucking swoop. Your baby hairs touch your eyebrows, bitch. Respectability politics wise, I don't engage in that, but you look too stupid for me to care about what your opinions are. Damn. Dumb whore.
I love you so much. A true woman of the working class right there. True advocate.
These bitches get me tight. Like,
I try to tell you, man. I'm gonna get this show on the road, and I'm gonna have you just sitting here nice and pretty. You know that? And all you gonna have to do is record with me a couple times a week.
Yell on the camera. Yes, I love that.
Okay. Get me all riled up when you talk like that, girl. You do. All right, so let's see what else we got. A few more things. We got to discuss this humiliation ritual.
Okay, no, wait. While we're on like internet things, I really want to get on Michael the Librarian.
Okay, let's get to him.
I'm very passionate about this. Okay. So, Michael the Librarian, I came across him on TikTok first. The first video that I saw of Michael the Librarians was somebody saying that, like, this is the content that they listen to when they're anxious. Like, this is the person who makes them feel grounded. This person makes them feel surrounded in love, warmth, just good feelings, you know?
It makes me feel like when I used to watch Blue's Clues.
Yes. So this was like their comfort content. And Michael the Librarian does give me like Blue's Clues vibes. He gives me like a kids show host.
He was definitely on Sesame Street.
His positivity as an adult is rare to come across, especially since he's not specifically being compensated for it. Like, he works in a library and he loves the library, and that man is not autistic.
Talk about it.
God damn. I know. I'm going to say we because I do it. I know we love putting autism on people's jackets. I've said a touch of the autism you could count on more than two hands how many times I have said a touch of autism about somebody on this show. But this man does not have autism. So somebody on Twitter posted one of his videos and was like, people are weird. And then the whole thread was just disgusting nastiness about this man. And it's just so crazy how something on TikTok will garner such a wholesome, positive response, and then the same exact thing on Twitter will garner like the most hideous, horrendous response. Twitter needs to just be deleted at this point.
We in the slums with it over here, you dig?
Twitter is garbage. Like, Twitter is the underbelly of the internet. Like, I know that there's like dark webs and stuff. For the normal person who doesn't get on the dark web and all these other Reddit, I know there's threads in Reddit that get crazy. But Twitter for the regular person is like the darkest underbelly of the internet. Like, Twitter is the worst fucking place. The best things on the internet go to Twitter to wither up and die. Things become so ugly on Twitter.
I love it. It's my cesspool.
It is a cesspool.
I can go in there and
acidic.
Indulge with the ignorance.
It's acidic and it's toxic waste on Twitter. And it's really so apparent because of this one specific story. Because of everybody on TikTok was just like, I love this man so much and he makes me feel so good and it's so wholesome. And then Twitter was just like,
shut the fuck up, nigger. Shut the fuck.
Yeah. And that's literally the gist of that. So yeah.
No, I'm glad you was able to get that point off because that did really mean a lot to you. So I'm glad that. Now we can finish up with a few more things here. I don't really get into the soft man content. Do we have to? Did you?
Real quick.
Drew Walls to the front.
Okay. Like, you leaving your tripod just randomly in places is crazy. The content isn't even that good. Everybody's making this content.
Using your kids isn't
Drew
cool.
Walls is not even the guy that I wanted to get into, though, because I tried to find his name for mad long. I couldn't find his name. There is this big, dark-skinned, bearded black man that is doing the spend a day with me, get ready with me content. And in this specific video, this man gets out of the shower, towels himself dry, his ass. He towels his ass dry, back out wet. You toweling your butt cheeks on Beyonce's internet. And then he proceeds.
Like between the leg?
No.
Okay.
Like just a.
Just a little shimmy.
But it was the butt.
It
was the butt.
He did the back first, then the butt?
No.
Butt,
just
then
the
back?
butt. Just the butt.
Okay. He was trying to show you what he was working with.
It was just straight butt.
He was trying to show you what he was working with.
He was. And then, guess what he does next? He puts on lotion.
Okay. That's normal. After the shower.
He puts his feet. His phone is on the counter. We cannot see anything from maybe his thighs down. This man puts his grown ass, 30-plus-year-old probably, feet on the counter in front of the camera for us to see, and lotions not one, but both feet on camera on purpose with intent.
They was rough dogs?
They were fresh out of the shower. They didn't look rough.
I mean, I've seen some dogs that was rough. It don't matter if they was wet or not.
No. Because you're missing the fact that this man put his feet on camera to lotion in front of us.
He was getting his shit off.
And then he did all the other stuff, like go to Target, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I don't even remember what else
So
he did in the video.
y'all niggas not have cameramen?
No,
y'all
they have
setting up
tripods.
No way. Y'all are setting up tripods?
All of them, because have you not seen?
Your mans isn't holding the camera?
Have you not seen the content of people catching these motherfuckers?
I did see bruh at the Target. That was sick.
People have like, did you not see the Target? The person who was checking him out was like,
that's sick.
Nigga, like, you left your phone. He didn't know he didn't know what was happening.
That's sick. I thought y'all had y'all mans out there with you. Like your little brother or something. Like I thought Drew had his kids doing it.
If one of your friends needed you to film get ready with me content with him,
I'm taxing his ass. What you mean? I'm going at his head.
I'm blocking that nigga.
No, I'm taxing his ass. I'm taxing
I'm blocking
$100, $150 an hour.
As a man, like as a girl, of course, yeah, I'm gonna come over and film get ready with me content with you. But as a man, we're more toxic. If you ask me to do that, I'm gonna block you. I would be the most toxic.
So if I was like after our first date or second date, I was like, hey, I'm trying to do some content. Could you like, help me out? You wouldn't have been biting?
I wouldn't have replied to that to that text. The next text you sent me would have been like undeliverable.
You'd block me?
100%, yeah.
If I would have, after our good date, if I just would have said you want to film some content?
I have blocked men while they were dropping me off at home.
I'm not saying that's not out the realm of possibility, but I just feel like
we had a good date.
You wouldn't want to film content after that?
No. This man that I specifically blocked on his way to dropping me off, we had a good date. And then he was like, oh, do you want to go back to my house and smoke? I was like, sure. His roommate was there. As soon as I got there, his roommate was there. I was like, why wouldn't you tell me that you had a roommate that would be there? I was like, I'm not staying here. Drop me off immediately. As soon as we got there. While he's dropping me off at home, I blocked him. You're never hearing me from me again. Period.
Oh, I mean, I feel you on that. That was a good reason, I guess. I mean, it got you in the right spot. Got you with the right one. So I mean, you made a good shot there.
But
I'm not
yeah.
mad at that.
I'm blocking you on, like, during the date. Have you ever blocked somebody during the date? You have.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I feel like that's a you move, definitely. You're a Gemini.
I mean, what I did was, once I realized I wasn't happy, I just left the place. Like, I was like, let me go to the bathroom real quick, and just left her with the bill and everything.
That's even more fucked up.
So, I mean, I blocked her.
Leaving her with the bill is more fucked up.
I mean, I blocked her while I was walking out, too, so she wouldn't call me and be like, where are you at? Just block her on everything.
That's absolutely insane.
I mean, I saw this wasn't going anywhere. Why waste my time and money when I could waste yours?
That's still fucked up, though.
I mean,
do we have anything else?
I was going to ask you about Kanye's wife because we had hinted at some humiliation rituals.
Oh yeah.
And there were some new photos that came out, and I don't like this whole. I'm about to read these messages. I don't like this narrative that comes out every time there's a woman taking her clothes off, and there's a man next to her, that automatically the man is making her do it.
Has there always been this type of narrative though?
Oh, of course. Anytime if there's a woman, just her in front of her camera holding it, she's empowering. When you put a man next to it, it's trafficking. He's a pimp. He's forcing her to do it. So this is what this girl said. She said,
the man out.
"Look, I'm sure she sucks, and this is at Dizzy doing great. Look, I'm sure she sucks, but Kanye treats her like something that's less than human, and I don't think we should laugh at that. Actually, I think that's deeply sad." And my question is this: why do y'all assume that this isn't her? Because somebody actually put out pictures of her before she got with Kanye, and guess what? Dressed the same way, titties out, revealing clothing. Like, why do y'all automatically assume that? How do y'all not know
I think
she's?
it's because there have been some things that come out of her, like friends saying that like she's been acting differently and that she hasn't talked to them at all, and that they've been trying to reach out to her and she hasn't been replying. Like long
What
like
group of
lifetime
friends?
of
What group of
hers.
friends haven't
I'm
said
not
that when you get into a
100%
relationship?
sure. I mean, my friends didn't say that. Like,
But your friends don't live here,
my best friend did.
and y'all didn't have conversations. Man, we don't see you hang out as much.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's part of That's part of it.
Yeah, that's definitely. But
just think about what y'all went
he
through.
wouldn't have been concerned
But we're
about
talking-
my well-being.
Yeah, you talking about your one friend. We taking it in a sense where somebody else can see that same difference and change and pattern, and then create their own narrative with it. That's not out the realm of possibility.
Yeah,
they
definitely could have.
So I'm saying this is where I think this.
But
is
there
coming
weren't
from.
multiple people. Like, I don't know. It just seems weird because it could genuinely be her narrative, but it seems like there's a lot of people in her life that are like, this isn't.
Man,
This
I've been
isn't how she was behaving beforehand, and she's behaving drastically differently, and she's communicating with us very differently and in a different way than she would have. And there's a certain extent that you expect your friend to behave differently when they get into a relationship. Yes, but this is a little bit different.
Yeah, she's with Kanye West.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of more changes. There's not going to be a lot of. It's going to be exactly what Jonathan Majors was telling Shawty, was telling Grace. It's a lot of that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just a part of it. And the revealing clothing is clearly something that's been part of her brand. So I'm off of the humiliation ritual, and I'm more in line with this is just who she is. And
To
this
me,
is what
it seemed
like it's not out the realm of my possibility of her saying, I worship you. I care about everything that you want to do. Please let me be your muse. Act upon me. And
there are probably a lot of women who want to be Kanye's muse because of like how iconic him and Kim were, and all of those moments that they had at like Milan Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, in the beginning of their relationship and stuff like that, and just generally who Kim Kardashian became, because she wasn't this high fashion girl before Kanye. She wasn't being invited to the Met before Kanye. She was just like this low life reality chick before Kanye was. So obviously after Kanye brought her up to that level, everyone was like, oh, this is what he can do. Especially because like he broke into high fashion with Yeezy and slightly started getting the respect that he wanted while he was with Kim. He gained that notoriety while he was with Kim. So after he left Kim, obviously the women who would go through this would be like, yeah, I'm willing to weather the storms so I can be your muse, so I can be this aesthetic, this icon within this creative fashion hip hop zeitgeist that fucking is it's not gonna go away. I'm gonna be what's her name?
Yes, Jules.
No, Julia
Roberts. No, you talking about the girl Julia Fox?
Julia Fox, yes. Nobody knew who she was.
They knew her from that movie.
A little, generally. So, if you were on like, did you see the change after they broke up to her like slowly rising into this like feminist icon, like this yes queen? She's so iconic. I want her.
I saw her making the attempts. I seen her making attempts for it and
she did it.
falling on her face.
She did it. No, she did it. Diet Prada, TikTok, the gay whites have completely iconicized her. She's done it in the white space, in the fashion girls, the New York girls, the gay whites. I know this isn't something that like is in your algorithm, but she is in your algorithm, but she's done that shit. And I think it's because of Kanye West. And it's not something that you're aware of. She's not fully famous, but she has been making way more money than she would have if it wasn't for Kanye.
I mean, that's what part of dating them is about, is the stimulus package. But no, this is what I wanted to say was like people keep trying to like make it seem like this is an odd occurrence between them. Like, I think we forget how much Kanye was showing his devotion to Kim in regards to having like symphonies, playing music for her, thousands of roses and stuff like that. I just think it could be a very real possibility that he's like, bro, I want to be the person who is, lack of a better term, worshipped. I want my partner to treat me like I am a up-tier person. Because we never seen Kim return favors like that, in my mind. I can't remember seeing it.
The thing about that specific thing is, if you were following their relationship, Kanye doing all those gigantic grand gestures of love were things that Kim specifically didn't want. She was already used to all the like money and rich, like she just wanted like to be with her husband, regular things. This might have been PR and nonsense, but she said that like the reason that she fell in love with Pete is because he used to take her to like regular ass pizza shops and just treat her like a normal girl. Like she did not want like all these gigantic, like the proposal in the arena and all that stuff. Like she had already had all the grand things and all that, and she just wanted something sentimental, and he refused to be sentimental, and he always did things on a grand scale, and that was one of her main complaints about them in at the end.
I don't believe that. This is the person who has been obsessed with being in the news and clout for hundreds of years. They couldn't control him the way they wanted to control him, and that is why it went the way it went.
You saying I don't believe that, that makes me think of that clip of her saying like, oh, we have this and this, but we don't have a hot tub. And then Kanye be like, oh, I can't believe we don't have a hot tub. You remember that clip?
I think I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I guess I'm saying
that
like,
might have been bullshit.
It is. Anytime she talks about her feelings.
Okay,
I
first
promise
of all,
you, anytime she talks about her feelings is bullshit.
I don't.
She has agendas.
I'm never on the Kardashian side.
I'm just saying.
I think
she has
agendas.
Nonsense. She has an agenda. Anytime she goes out, she has a plan and an agenda. If it does not service that plan or agenda, she will remove herself from it and say whatever narrative she has to say to make it seem like she's a real human being.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about being treated. She wanted every spectacle that he performed, and when he could no longer be controlled and tamed, that is when they kicked him to the side.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a B. All right, you ready to wrap everything up?
Yes.
All
oh
right.
my God. I think we're at 3 hours. I
Yeah.
think this is our first 3-hour show, baby.
It may not be 3 hours once I cut the breaks.
Yeah,
and
we
stuff out
gotta
of it.
cut stuff out.
But I do want to say before we finish, man, I want to thank Russ Parman. He just retired after a long career in media and broadcasting on the radio. So I just want to thank you for inspiring me.
Shout out to you, Russ.
For being the voice that I heard as a young boy riding in the car with my father every day, and inspiring me to be what I'm doing right now. And I just want to thank you.
We wouldn't be here without you, sir.
You are a great man, and I appreciate everything you brought into the art, into the form, and I hope you have a great retirement, man. So shout out to Russ Parman.
Relax and take your time and enjoy the rest of your life, sir.
I just want to thank you for the
Be
moments that.
happy.
I just want to thank you again for the moments that you gave me and my father. All right, man. This is Talk FNF TV.
Bye. Follow us on all of the social medias at talk.fnf.tv. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Thank you so much if you have liked and commented and all of those things. And we love you. Bye.
All right, we out.